free money back in your pocket just for doing what you're already doing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, your Edge Boost debit card starts with a $250,000 daily limit, and it will never be declined for gambling activity. They've got built-in tools to help you stay responsible, and there's absolutely no hidden fees or minimum required balances. So stop leaving money on the table. Visit edgeboost.bet to learn more and sign up today. That's edgeboost.bet. Once again, edgeboost.bet.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Sports bettors, we've all been there. You have a live bet lined up, you check the odds one more time, place the bet only to see the bet delayed by the spinny wheel, line move, and your bet rejected. My name's Alex Kane, and I'm the founder and CEO of Sporttrade, Arizona's newest sports betting app. At the core of the Sporttrade offering is our probability-based odds. In other words, the Cardinals may be offered at 55% odds to win, a lot simpler than minus 125. Place your bet at 55% odds, and as your win probability changes, so does the value of your bet, giving you the ability to cash out with total control. And the best part, no spinning wheels. Live bets on Sporttrade are instantly accepted. Download Sporttrade on your iPhone today and use code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet in your first week. Terms apply.
Sporttrade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
I'm the threat that's already inside the house. In the closet, under the bed, in the car. But I don't want your money or your TV. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. I'm patient and quiet. I don't sleep. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire. And as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Secure all your guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Do we have Ralph with us, too? I don't even know if Ralph's here yet. Ralph, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's because Keon doesn't have you up on the thing.
I just got my invite.
There you go. So Ralph from Harman Solar is with us as well as we broadcast live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And all right, so here we are, 1 month down out of the 12. It's been a fast month. It feels like it's gone by very quickly. But tomorrow, don't forget to pay your rent. That's very important. Don't forget to pay your rent. You don't get bonus days. You got to be on time. So make sure you turn your rent in.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't have it in there, they'll charge you extra money. You don't need that.
Yeah, they like fines.
Mm-hmm. And whatever. I mean, it's usually unreasonable as well.
Fines and fees.
So here's what's coming up in the month of February. Some stuff to look forward to. It's not just paying the rent. You've got Super Bowl next Sunday, the Daytona 500, and the NBA All-Star Game. That's coming up on the 16th. I mean, if you care, soccer starts back up. Also, the PGA has got a couple of big events in February. You know, of course, the Phoenix Open and the Genesis Invitational a couple of weeks from now. And if you like the award shows, they're coming. They got the Grammys this Sunday, the Critics' Choice Awards next Friday, the Spirit Awards, the hell that is, on the 22nd, Screen Actors Guild on the 23rd, all getting ready for the Oscars, which are March 2nd. If you care about that sort of thing, I don't care.
No.
Then I don't know. Not much good coming out on TV, unless you like The Masked Singer or The Voice, or Family Guy. That's coming out, I guess. But this is cool. Did you like the Yellowstone stuff?
Yeah.
1923 with the Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. That's coming for their second season later this month.
No kidding.
Oh yeah. And then Valentine's Day, guys. It's on a Friday.
Is that this month?
Yes. Make sure you get something good. You can't mess that up. So Valentine's Day is coming, and if you get the days off, which is nice, President's Day is on the 17th. Groundhog Day is actually this Sunday. That's pretty much it as far as things to look forward to in February, except for this. 7-Eleven is rewarding us for getting through January, and here, free Slurpees. They're giving out free Slurpees. Everybody gets a free Slurpee.
Cool.
Oh,
can I have a cherry one?
Oh, it's today only. Wait a minute. I guess if you can get yourself to 7-Eleven today, you can have a free Slurpee. I don't know why they didn't wait till tomorrow and people have the day off, but today is the last day of January. So
do you know how many Slurpees they would give away if they waited till tomorrow?
Well, I imagine quite a few. Yeah.
Many more than what they would do today.
It doesn't do us any good now. I guess I should have told you this sooner.
Yeah.
By the way, this is going to be weird, but the lady in your life, or even the guy in your life, if they're really into pickles, you might want. Okay, so my wife, when we first started dating, I feel like she had to get to know me better. She would send me these edible arrangements, like fruit and vegetable stuff. Now she would never send that to me. She knows better now, but it was very nice, if you're into healthy things. Well, now Grillo's Pickles, they've got a thing called the pickle bouquet.
No,
it's an arrangement of just basically pickles.
Look at that.
That's cool.
Arrangements of foods typically smell nice, not pickles.
No,
that's going to be no. It's going to be a pass for me.
But it's also a do-it-yourself kit. So you'd have to
So you also have to make it?
You have to make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a triple no.
Well, you can't mail something like that. It gets a little bit dicey pretty quick.
Almost like it's inherently a bad idea.
It's an idea.
It is an idea.
If she loves the pickles, give her a pickle bouquet.
But carry it over to her house though, because you can't make her build it.
I say you mail it to her that way. I don't know. Well, whatever the case.
Here, I bought an arrangement for you, but you arrange it. How does that work?
We're in the month of February now. That's all that matters. I don't know. I think that the arrange it yourself, you're supposed to do it and give it to her. I don't think you're supposed to send her a kit and say good luck.
Yeah.
That was like when my mom said that she wanted a fur coat, and we got together. We had enough money to get her a shotgun and say, here, good luck.
Wow.
Wow. It's do it yourself time.
Yeah, no. Teach a man to fish.
I thought you would have sent her a box of those animals. Those what are they? The minks.
Huh?
Here you go. Good luck. Make the fur coat.
You can get a box of those.
Make like a crate of minks. And,
I didn't realize you could buy a crate of minks.
Yeah, there you go.
Historian says,
good luck. Sharpen your knife.
As you know, it's 2025. here's a prediction from 1925. Horse-drawn vehicles are rapidly disappearing from our streets, but jackass-driven automobiles will still be with us 100 years from now. Is that a real quote from 1925? Sounds like it, and they're right. BMWs exist. Baker's Cocky Hen says, between the blender and Bone Thugs and Harmony, I always remember to pay my rent. You're welcome, Baker's Cocky Hens. You're welcome.
Yeah, no kidding.
Taco Kenny says, every day is Valentine's Day for me and my wifey, Estodo. Why do you always say Estodo? What does that mean? I haven't looked up what Estodo means. he ends like every sentence with it. I mean,
You've been reading that for a long time to be asking that question right this moment.
It means that's all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's it. Evidently it's not all because you keep texting new things. So Latina Leprechaun says Mr. Latina Leprechaun is really into pickles. He loves the pickle chips at Trader Joe's. He's a big fan of sandwich dill pickle chips as well. Most disgusting thing he eats is whenever we're on a road trip, he insists on buying the gas station pickles in a bag. I don't trust those pickles.
I didn't know Scott Engel was a big pickle guy.
Yeah, give Scott our best.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Beer Bob says, oh, no, that's true. That's an actual tweet from 1925 about jackass drivers. Well, they were right. That one came 100% true right there. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Can that Yellowstone show really be called 1923 when it's 2 years since the last season? Shouldn't it be 1925? Shut up, George.
Just watch the show.
Just shut up, George.
Just relax and watch the show.
So GCU had a game last night. I think they just wrapped up, right? Just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, just a few moments. Post game finally concluded.
Yeah, Tyon Grant Foster had a nice night, and they needed it because at the half they were behind. So tell me about last night's game, Keon.
Yeah, I mean it was one of those slow starting GCU performances that we thought we maybe left behind earlier in the season. They kind of got out of that tailspin going into this game. They'd won 9 out of their last 10.
Yeah,
it looked like things were going well.
They were down by, I think, as much as 12 points at some point. It just was bizarre.
And it was really odd. They were not scoring the basketball. They were shooting way too many threes and not nearly enough of them for how many they were shooting. And, they started to figure some things out. They started to go downhill a little bit more, attack the basket. And you could see that really turn the fortunes of this team around. And then, of course, in the second half, they just threw the defense on top of that, too, and put the clamps on Seattle U.
So why was Tyon Grant Foster coming off the bench?
It's just a thing that Bryce Drew's done recently. I mean, I think maybe 4 or 5 games ago, Tyon Grant Foster's been coming off of the bench. It's just been, trying to do different things in the lineup, see if someone else can give you that starting shot in the arm, and seeing if just being in a different situation is helpful to Tyon to kind of get his season jump started, because he started very slow. And first off, he started
Bradley Beal in him.
He started injured and then he started very slow. But the thing is, Tyon's been great coming off of the bench. So, just they might stick with that. Or maybe if you think Tyon's got his groove back, put him back in the starting lineup, because they could have used the punch to start the game.
Well, right now, is it too soon to start talking about the standings? Is it too soon?
No, it's right about the time that you should be. Yeah.
All right. So right now, here's how it is in the WAC. Utah Valley is undefeated in conference play. And then in second place is Grand Canyon University. They're 6-1. And then after that, you got California. Everybody else is far behind that. California Baptist and Tarleton State are 4-3. UT Arlington 3-4. So Seattle U, and the rest is just nobody cares. So all right, they're in this. They're second place in the standings against Utah Valley. Is there a threat here to GCU getting to another NCAA bid? Is Utah Valley a dominant team? I mean, clearly they have beaten Grand Canyon once.
Utah Valley's a really good team. They've won 10 in a row. They're white hot right now. I don't know exactly what GCU has in store for them. The next time they match up in GCU Arena, but like that is a tough basketball team. And yeah, I think they are a legitimate threat, because I think we know at this point for GCU, they tried to play some tougher teams earlier in the year. It backfired because they didn't win. So now they need to win the conference to make the tournament. Like, that's just, you don't have a choice any other way. And if Utah Valley is going to play like that, then they're going to be the biggest obstacle to you being there. But I do think it was important for them to win last night to kind of get that number 2 spot sealed up, because you want to be a top 2 seed in the conference tournament, because if you're one of the lower seeds, you could be doing as much basketball, playing as much basketball as having to win 3 games in a row in 3 nights, which they've done before.
Right. No,
but
yeah.
like, you don't want to have to do that every year.
All right. Well, hang in there, GCU. And I guess when is the WAC tournament? When does that happen? I guess we better start paying attention to stuff like that, because we are your home for the NCAA tournament, but we'll also be having some WAC tournament games as well, and anything else that GCU ends up being involved in. Does it all start in the first week of March, or is it?
Yeah, March 11th is when it starts.
There we go. Yeah, that's right. Here's the WAC tournament, March 11th during the week. So we'll have this thing figured out by the weekend when things start to get really interesting. 888-368-1580. Beer Bob says, I would definitely say let your special someone arrange that pickle bouquet the way you both. That way you both win. They get a gift and you get your pickle played with. It's always nice to have your pickles played with. I mean, and really, if you're going to arrange, some people have to arrange their own pickles, and that's all right. But it's way better when somebody else arranges your pickles.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
It's always nice. Just reach out and grab a pickle. Devil Hawk says that GCU game nearly gave me a heart attack. If GCU would have covered the spread by 1 more point, I would have won Dylan Cohen's long shot parlay, because I, for one, did not trust DeAndre Ayton to have a triple-double and left that out. Oh, well.
Yeah, it was, they did just enough to get that win, but then they, when anytime you make a bet and they start playing the foul game at the end of a college basketball game, you just sit there and watch in fear mostly.
Taco Kenny says, shot of Jack, please. Estodo. All right. So tonight we got the Suns taking on the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors are sort of in a similar malaise as we are, aren't they? They sort of have that, and they're also considering Bradley Beal. Although Steph Curry's like, I don't know if I want to bet. I don't know. He's worried about the chemistry in the locker room.
With Beal?
Yeah.
Okay. I read him. He was wary of Butler for that reason. Beal's personality.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I got that wrong.
I was like,
Jimmy Butler.
Bradley Beal?
Bradley Beal's listening going, the hell?
Yeah, not known for being.
Sorry, got my B's wrong.
Yeah.
Butler, Beal, No, you're right. It's Jimmy Butler. But see, we want Butler. Are we not worried about these things?
Well, no, it's just they're in a different situation. The Warriors, the Suns, one of their big issues, they have a few, but one of their big issues is there's no enforcer in that locker room. There's no a-hole in the locker room. Teams kind of push it.
Can they use Ralph?
I'm available.
Ralph is totally available.
That person would have to simultaneously be good at basketball.
Ralph?
Well, I'm an a-hole, but I'm not good at
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to be good at.
So you agree with the a-hole?
That's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a shame that you're not better at basketball.
So because then you could do it on the cheap.
Does it not matter that he excels at the a-hole part?
No, you still have to be good at basketball too.
He's like a savant.
Yeah. It's just I understand that, but you also need to be
like
good
a savant
at basketball. I think that the Jimmy Butler thing works for the Suns that way because they don't have that guy. The Warriors have Draymond Green.
The tough part for Ralph trying to teach a-hole classes is that if you take classes, if you're a person who says, I want to take those classes, you don't need those classes. You're already an a-hole. You see what I'm saying? So it's just sort of counterproductive.
That's the only class, in fact.
Unless it was like a required class, for certain occupations like working at the DMV or being a BMW driver, that sort of thing.
Well,
I got cut off today. That's all. So that's why you're going to hear that a lot. Got cut off pretty hard by a BMW.
The thing is, it's one of those things you can't teach.
Yeah.
It's not a class because you can't teach someone to be an a-hole. That person just either they have that talent or they don't have it.
Yeah, you're going to be a prime example, Ralph. You're just you live by example.
Well, part of the class is we go out and drive in my BMW
and we cut people off.
You show them how it's done.
That's the thing is once you bought a BMW, you're halfway there.
I'm more than halfway. I'm there.
Or Tesla.
I've arrived.
Number one Rattlers fan says, is the Morning Blender going to do anything with the Waste Management Open any kind of picks. I'm curious about your selections. Oh, and congratulations, Ralph. You know what? All right. The fantasy football thing is so far past. So that's the first part. Second, what morning blender are you talking about? We are on in the afternoons, Rattler fan. And third, you have somebody drive you to rehab. Just get somebody to put you in the car.
I'll take him in my Beamer.
No idea what you're talking about. Baker's Cocky Hen says pickle bouquet. That's very popular at BYU, with all the soaking and all. No, I know. Yeah, you got to soak them pickles. I've made pickles. Did you know that I actually made some pickles once? I got some cucumber because I had like a jar of a big ass jar of like the Vlasic pickles or whatever. And I thought, you know what? I can just make my own. I've got all this pickle juice. So then I got some cucumber, sliced them up and put the slices in there and waited a while and opened it up. Fresh pickle. You can actually do that. I know. You just got to just chop it up and wait. I didn't have the thing to make them all ridgy. You know what I mean? I don't have a knife that's shaped that way. So my pickles were straight, but
no ridges.
Huh?
No ridges, no bends.
No ridges, no bends, no peronis, nothing. Moldy Tuna Fish says, I drive a Mercedes. So I know it wasn't me that cut you off, Jeffrey. Oh, yeah. I don't see Mercedes doing stuff. Well, I do judge you for driving that. I do. I'm like, man, a Hitler-mobile right over there. Good for you. Good for you, the Hitler-mobile. Bullseye says, aren't you guys also the home of the NIT tournament? Just want to make sure you fulfill your contractual obligations to Westwood One. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We're the home of the knit.
Yeah, that's right.
I got the home of the not invited tournament.
Let's see, where is it? I know I saw it on the contract. I gotta go. There it is. Yes, the knit. That is happening on April 1st. It's not an April Fool's game, but we are a 45-minute show that day. I'm very happy about that. And then on Wednesday, April 2nd, it's on at 3:45 as well. So, we're very proud to be the home of the NIT tournament.
Yes, we are.
Here, Bob says, I thought Volkswagen was the Hitler-mobile.
No.
I think the Bug was. Maybe.
I don't think so, no.
No.
I got to go back and take a look at that.
They did use the Volkswagen, though, as part of the Army stockpile that they
right, because it was air cooled engines that didn't need any. Yeah.
Right.
Slow Mo Zo says pickle juice is good for leg cramps. Yeah, I know, but my wife got real mad. I got a leg cramp, and I was like, pickle juice. I ran and got some, and I poured it on my leg, and she just like changed the sheets. Get out. And she just did not appreciate that at all. Turns out you're supposed to drink it. Yeah. I had no idea. Nobody told me this.
Well,
does that actually work?
Right. You got it partly right. So,
have you done that? You drank the pickle juice?
My son has.
I feel like I'm in the middle of a bar bet if I'm drinking pickle juice.
It's the amount of sodium, I think, and then it helps you retain water, and the whole amount of water helps with the cramp.
And with my blood pressure, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's a really good idea for you. It's really popular.
Well, if you've got a cramp, you've just got to pick your poison on that one.
I'll just stretch. Yeah, I just man it out. Just man it out. Chosen One says the VW Bug was a request from Hitler to provide a reliable car for the people. So there you go. There's your history on German automobiles.
All right.
I like Audis. I got to make sure there's nothing going on with that. Although Audi is just a luxury Volkswagen. Oh, well. All right, we got to take a break. We come back. Let's talk some Suns, and we're going to talk some NBA, and we're going to talk some, stuff. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earned from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GAME to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GAME for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GAME for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Sports betting apps are not created equal. Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here to talk about the Sport Trade advantage. With higher payouts, Sport Trade is the ultimate sports betting experience. Sport Trade is the first sports betting app that gives you the option to see the odds expressed as probabilities, and it's changing in-game betting forever. If it's easier to understand 52% probability of winning versus minus 108 odds, then Sport Trade is for you. With this percent odds feature, cashing out now makes much more sense. As the win probability changes, so does the value of your bet. And if you're an experienced bettor and prefer American odds, you'll get pricing closer to minus 106 versus the normal minus 110, coupled with instant in-play betting. No more spinny wheels. So download Sport Trade today to see the difference and beat the book. Use promo code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet you place in your first week. Terms apply.
Sport Trade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down! Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200 to $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FAST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FAST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FAST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Rookie quarterback who dropped his Huggies a long time ago in Jaden Daniels. He is the 100% leader in the Why Not Us clubhouse. They are the first team since 1991 to win a playoff game in which they had at least 5 or more fourth down attempts because they believe in this kid and the personification of Jaden Daniels' coolness.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on 1580. The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, so tonight, the Golden State Warriors hosting the Phoenix Suns, and nobody is on the injury report for the Suns, but Draymond Green is out, and so is Jonathan Kuminga. So, you know, I'd say that this looks pretty okay for Phoenix, although it is a pick 'em as far as the betting odds are concerned at 1.5. You know, and it is at home for the Golden State Warriors. So I'm kind of curious, why are they favoring Phoenix on this? You figured they'd be favoring, you know, Steph Curry and the Warriors, right?
Well, for exactly what you said, no Draymond Green, no Jonathan Kuminga, like those are two important players on that team, especially Kuminga. Kuminga does a lot of the, you know, filling in the gaps of what's going on offensively. When, you know, you can't get points from Steph Curry, when Steph Curry draws enough attention, like who really puts pressure on a defense after him? It's been Kuminga. So I do think that gives the Suns a little bit of an edge. And I feel like the betting markets are seeing that the same way.
All right. Well, that is tonight at 8 p.m. on the ESPN. When it says it's on the ESPN, is it also on Channel 3? Does anybody know that? Because, you know, I just assume watch Kevin Ray do his thing. What's his co-host's name again there? Oh man, Can't believe I can't remember his name, but he always sounds like he's just completely over it. Kevin Ray's doing the play-by-play, and his color commentator guy is he's pretty good, but you can tell sometimes he's just like over it. Just the way he talks, like he can't be bothered. Like he's like sick and tired of everything. Is it Woody? What's his golly, Randy, help me out here. What is his name?
I'm trying to think about it. I can't think of his name right now.
Eddie Johnson. That's it. I know it was a D of some sort, not Woody. It was Eddie Johnson. That's right. Eddie Johnson. He just always just seems like he's just like fine, like whatever. He just doesn't care anymore.
It says ESPN and it says NBC Sports Bay Area and YouTube TV, which I would imagine would be ESPN. It does not say Channel 3.
All right. Good to know, though. So if it's not on 3, it'll be on the ESPN. So anyway, that is tonight at 8 p.m. Slow-Mo Zoe says, Randy, any chance we can have a NASCAR dance party this year? Back in the day, I was a Mark Martin fan. Nowadays, I root for Chase Elliott. How about you?
Wow. I'm more of a Martin Truex Jr. guy, but I haven't been keeping tabs lately. As far as NASCAR goes, I don't follow the road courses as much. I'm an oval guy, so we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to talk about that.
There you go. George says, I get the most gnarly leg cramps since I'm so tall, 7 feet tall, and they wake me up in the middle of the night out of a dead sleep. I drink a Gatorade or a Pedialyte. That seems to help.
Yeah, same concept.
I think I'd rather do that than pickle juice. Beer Bob says, pickle juice is awesome to drink before you go to bed. After having some libations, it's a lot better than Gatorade. Oh, you mean like an anti-hangover or just a recovery drink? Just seems like way too much salt. Way too much.
Yeah, but that's exactly what's holding the water in.
So this was funny. Isaiah Stewart the other day, he got in trouble. He got his sixth flagrant foul in the season. So when that happens, as you know, if you've ever watched Draymond Green, you get a suspension. You get a 1-game suspension, and then if you keep going, then you add up a bunch more, and you get even worse. But so right in time, Isaiah Stewart of the Pistons, their center over there, he got suspended for 1 game without pay because he has 6 flagrant fouls. And that game that he suspended was the game that was supposed to be his bobblehead night.
Not was.
Yeah.
Is going to be his bobblehead.
Why don't they reschedule that thing?
I don't know.
You feel like they'd reschedule that thing.
They don't want pallets of bobbleheads just hanging around in the building. I don't know.
So, all right. Well, I guess they're going to go forward with it. He'll be there in effigy, I guess. But Stewart also got fined $50,000 because he was making inappropriate and obscene gestures after he got ejected. So first, you lose bobblehead night. Now you've lost $50,000, and now they're saying, not just that, the $86,000 in salary. So altogether, because of that flagrant foul, he's losing $136,000, and he doesn't get to be there for bobblehead night.
Yep.
Again, his bobblehead night.
Yeah. So is he really good? Is he really good center?
He's solid. He's a good big man. He's not like.
I'm just wondering if he'll get another bobblehead night.
I mean, as long as he plays there.
Yeah.
what else do they have going on?
Oh, I see.
It's like Cade Cunningham and then who?
So for the Pistons, bobblehead night. Anywhere else,
he's a good basketball player, but like he's a fan favorite is why he's getting a bobblehead night.
Right. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, it cost him a nice chunk of money to not get to go to bobblehead night.
I don't think people understand just how much damage that middle finger can do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You never know. So remember the other day we were talking about Adam Silver, and he's like, "Hey, you know what we really need? Shorter games. Let's make the quarters 10 minutes, and that'll be amazing. Oh, that'd be great for the game," and other dumb ideas. And so then somebody looked at it and they're like, what are the pros and cons of that idea? And of course, CBS Sports, right? So they're like, well, does it help you get back home and back in bed after you got to work the next day or something? And they're like, the average game is 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's not like, if you shorten the quarters, there's still going to be that nonsense at the end with we're going to foul you, your close game, kind of thing. So that's not going to help you get home any sooner. And, if you take those 2 minutes out of each quarter, that's 8 minutes off the game. So what now? You're looking at 2 hours and a couple minutes. You're not really
you're not saving any time.
much.
There are Marvel movies longer than basketball games are. Like this is
Yeah.
not a problem that anybody had. You still have to sit in traffic to get to the game. You still have to sit in traffic to leave the game.
And
This is not helping
is anyone
anything.
leaving 8 minutes early? They're like, that's as far as I can go. And after you paid for your ticket or you've turned on the TV and you're like, if this is going to go another 8 minutes, the hell with this. 8 minutes.
I watch sports with my girlfriend who does not really care about sports. And the one game I watch where she has never complained this takes too long is basketball. This is literally a complaint nobody had.
You think Adam Silver is looking forward to the little numbskulls that only watch sports by looking at highlights on their phone all the time?
They will still do that. I would like to point out that the highlights are still, several hours shorter than a game, even if you took off a couple of minutes per quarter. You have not made the game more appealing to the person who doesn't have more than 15 minutes to give you.
I do hate how that has become a thing, how the younger generations are consuming sports just with sound bites, just like these little tidbits. And then so that's not how you're supposed to enjoy sports. It's a story. Now, I'm not saying we should bore them to death, but there's a beginning and a middle and an end to every game. There's a beginning and a middle and an end to every rivalry, every struggle, every, that. How are you enjoying a come from behind win if you weren't there for it? If you're just going, oh, okay, it's not the same.
Yeah.
In sports, you're supposed to enjoy the entirety of the game.
Yes.
Not just highlights.
And also, like when I was a kid and the ESPN was just starting and they had the highlights in the morning, there were really good broadcasters at that point giving you, the story as you might have missed it. You don't get that in the highlights that a lot of kids are watching on their phones because there isn't even commentary. It's just, you're just watching guys shoot the basketball.
When you see the highlights on the news, what does that make? It makes you want to watch the game. Makes you like, man, I got to watch these games. And even the highlights in the newscasts, at least they used to be, were longer than the highlights these kids are sitting there watching.
Yeah,
Yes.
and a lot of them still are. Like it's just they're not even watching that. So I don't know. I just think it's just more a function of like things on phones have to be fast and quick and snappy and get your attention really fast.
That's all this generation knows. Everything has to be fast.
You know what, though? We don't have to give it to them. Here's what I'm thinking. Is it really helping the sport when you shrink down and how they're consuming your product? Is it really helping you? So I don't think the teams, I don't think the networks should send out and provide short little clips so that you can water down the entire experience of your content, of your product. I think they shouldn't have anything to do with these little clips that people are
But
watching.
a lot of this stuff isn't stuff that the networks are doing. It's
Right.
just stuff that people
Well,
watch.
but they
and
are doing it.
the network, but because that way they can make some money
Right.
off of it.
If you can't
Because
beat them, join them.
Yeah, because if you don't, there are people who just clip the
Well-
games with or without you.
And guess what? Without the express written consent of the NBA, I think they should go after these people.
They did. Like I
They should keep
lived,
going after those
I
people.
lived through the whole era where they tried. These channels are like whack-a-mole. You start a channel on YouTube, you clip the games. The next thing you know, they destroy your channel. Another channel with a similar name, maybe one letter off.
Get
pops
another
up.
hammer. Let's go, baby. Let's whack these moles.
They tried it for 5 or 6 years. It didn't work. They weren't making the money off of it. They just waved the white flag and hired the guys.
That's sad because the sad thing is, though, if you continue this way and the next generation and the next generation, they all become people who consume the sport in these little itty bitty tidbits. And then you're going to start to see ideas like Adam Silver saying, well, we should shorten the game. And pretty soon, all the way we see sports, all the way sports were meant to be are going to change at a fundamental level. And it's just kind of ruin everything.
Yeah, but I don't know how you fight it. I mean, it's just, if we didn't have phones, it wouldn't have turned into this, but we do have phones and you watch things on the go. So it has to be quick.
I think what we need to do is make it a law that you have to chain your phone to a wall.
Huh.
All phones have to be chained to a wall with no
Like,
longer than a 6-foot cord.
Yeah.
How
about
chain
that?
your
So you wanna
phone
go
to a
backwards.
wall. Right, at your house.
Backwards.
I call it going forward.
It's like we used to have in the 70s.
We had a phone that was basically chained to the wall.
No, these won't get tangled. These won't get tangled.
Not-
like
not-
those.
not the curly ones?
No.
And you talk to your girlfriend all night on the phone, and
I talk to your girlfriend all night on the phone. Yeah.
yours too, but sitting there in the corner, right? I hear what you're saying. You just want to go backwards.
I'm just being facetious. But when it comes down to the erosion of things, it's an erosion of.
I mean, network TV might not be around in the next 10 years. Who watches network TV?
Not enough people for
Yeah,
network
it's
TV.
going
to survive.
away.
Yeah.
It's completely going away. It'll be gone.
Ralph, you just caused our YouTube feed to have horrible audio because you didn't mute your audio on your side. I just got people yelling, "Why does everything sound so bad?" I fixed it though. I
actually am muted.
You are now because I just did it. People are like losing their minds. Like,
Well, good. They need to.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
of your listeners barely have minds.
No, you're not going to judo screwing up into
Some
a
of
win for this one. No, you're not.
I already did.
You did not.
I did it.
You have been denied. The door's closed.
Not the first time.
Judo screwing up into a win. I love
It's just,
that.
you're not flipping this one, man. No. Not going to let you.
Moldy Tuna Fish says, "Damn, Ralph grew up in the 70s. What is he, like 80 years old now?"
Wow.
He is substantially older than we are.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
He's not older than me.
Huh? You're not helping, Randy.
Oh,
Walter Mellon says, "No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up."
Or you're
Tell me every one of you didn't, well, next for Keon, didn't have a conversation with some girl on a phone until 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
See, you can't say except for me because
Your mom is really chatty. To be fair.
Well, not anymore. She's dead. Before she died, yeah.
No.
Okay, yeah, but I mean
So-
back
so-
in the day when the phones were attached to a wall.
Yes,
I'll go
no, correct.
I'll go full
Oh, okay.
Shorzy.
correct.
You did it too. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I still
sure.
was younger. I'm sorry.
I've done it on a cell phone too.
I'm doing it on a cell phone too, but like the
My
the
wife and I
landline-
used to live. It was a long distance relationship for a little while, so we'd get in these epic long conversations.
That's how she learned about you.
Now she's like, "Why are you talking to me?" Exactly. there's no 4 a.m. You hang up now. You hang up. Like, why are you always here? Big George says, "Has Adam Silver been hanging out with Rob Manfred? Because that is a stupid idea to shorten the
Yeah.
quarters of an NBA game."
Yeah, I think so.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, "These short clips need to get off our lawn."
No, the short clips are actually fine. It's just if it's the only way you watch sports, you're missing most of it.
That's a stat I'd like to see for the people who, when I say people, I don't know if I even want to call that generation people yet, but the young people who do the highlight, doom scrolling or whatever they call it, do they also ever watch complete games? With their consumption habits, does it include watching an entire game? If it did, well, then I could understand that. I go like, all right, that's fine. You're watching an entire game, but then you're like going through and seeing highlights of other stuff, right? I got the Sunday ticket because I like to watch games, but I also like to see what's going on with the other ones. So I can kind of understand that. I would at least have more respect if they were also watching full games.
It's like the red zone. Remember that channel they have on the Sunday ticket, right? It only shows you when they're in the red zone.
Well, that's and I don't like that either.
But even that's a little bit different because you're getting parts of the broadcast and you're jumping around. And I like the red zone if I'm watching a football game and then I only have one other screen.
Right. The red zone is a chance that something might happen. The highlights is you're just only getting like the highlights. Mm-hmm. So at least there's at least something where you're like, ooh, maybe something is about to happen here. You see what I'm saying? there's a chance.
So like part of the they didn't score on this drive. You still get parts of story that you don't get with just 5 minutes of highlights, and it's just okay. Well, these are the dunks and threes that happened in the game, but what happened in the game? Like what else occurred?
See, this is why I don't think this radio show is listened to by anybody young, because you can't take any part of the show as a little clip. Everything that happens in this show is like a running joke, or is like just, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just take a little bit of this and understand what's happening.
You kind of have to be here every day.
I could clip it.
All right. Well, you just clip mean things.
Yeah, you
Like-
could clip
No, I
it,
mean,
but
you
I don't think you could clip the show down to
If Ralph clipped it, it'd just be all Harman Solar commercials.
No.
Just in the background.
I'll prove it to you. I'll clip one. I'll clip an episode. Show you.
I don't know. And then people are like, Radio Run has given up. It used to be like, well, why don't you put up a best of? I'm like, have you heard the show? Because I don't know if we've got enough material to fill 3 hours. Because I don't know. Everything is just kind of on its own little island, isn't it? I guess. All right, listen, we got to take a break. Let's come back. We'll talk some more NBA stuff. We got football on the way. You know that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
Joe Montana here. In my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease. Are you 50 or older like me? The CDC now recommends vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at increased risk and over 6 times greater risk of hospitalization with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Make extra money daily from your sports betting? Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here. You know, I'm always about finding ways to take sports betting to the next level. And that's exactly why I'm pumped to tell you about Edge Boost, the financial platform that pays you cash back to wager. Edge Boost is an online bank account that pays you for every deposit. With the Edge Boost Visa debit card, you're getting up to 0.5% cash back on all of your sportsbook, daily fantasy site, and casino transactions. That's free money back in your pocket just for doing what you're already doing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, your Edge Boost debit card starts with a $250,000 daily limit, and it will never be declined for gambling activity. They've got built-in tools to help you stay responsible, and there's absolutely no hidden fees or minimum required balances. So stop leaving money on the table. Visit edgeboost.bet to learn more and sign up today. That's edgeboost.bet. Once again, edgeboost.bet.
Multivitamins are your partners in health. Their nutrients are key to your daily well-being, especially if you're planning to become pregnant. A multivitamin rich in folic acid can help you have a healthier pregnancy and prevent birth defects. That's why the Arizona Department of Health Services is offering a free 3-month supply of daily vitamins with folic acid. To get your free vitamins, go to acdhs.gov/PowerMe-A2C.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health Services.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Your home for sports.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Oh, geez. Just realized something else that would happen if they shortened the NBA games. All the records.
Yeah.
oh, I did this in a 40-minute game. I did, or just that's going to be everything's going to go the other direction, though, right? Because with less time in the game, everything is going to be harder to do.
Yeah, well, not just harder to do, but you're just not even comparing the same thing. A double-double or a triple-double, those things are going to be less likely in a shorter game. And all of that stuff. Like, it's just not a particularly great idea. That's why I'm not a fan of shortening the thing that's been working. It's fine.
Are they going to make ticket prices smaller?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because now you're getting less game.
It's almost a 25% reduction. Right. So the price is going to go down. Of course not. You know better than that.
They should, though.
They should, but they won't.
It's like baseball should. We lost about 40 minutes of games. Where's my money?
Well, see, that's not so bad because there's still a good 3 hours of baseball that you get. So
still, it
like
is
the
less
percentage
game.
of it is less, but
I want my money back.
Is it less? It's the same game. It's just they're moving faster. That's like saying I need my money back for that race because everybody started driving faster.
Yeah,
it's not the way that works.
I mean, not really, but like with that, it's not that everyone's moving faster. It's that you're moving the game along faster. Like when the game didn't have a pitch clock, it's not like nothing was happening. Right. Guys weren't just standing out there staring into space. There was a little bit more of that duel between first base and the pitcher on the mound. And if there's a guy on first, like that, there's a whole lot of things happening that you've just cut out of the game and it moves it faster. But now that stuff doesn't exist.
You could just do it faster. You didn't.
Yeah, but that's not
out.
But that's not what the clock's done.
No, you can't. The pitch clock, you have to pitch by a certain amount, and you can only, if a runner's on first, you can only throw over there 3 times.
Do it faster.
Yeah, that's not doing it faster, though. You've cut out a part of the game.
Yeah, just sped it up.
By cutting out a part of it.
By speeding it up.
No, that's not how that works.
This point at all.
I don't know. I just fear if I just stick with mine and just keep going, I don't know. People will just give up, I think.
No, that's not me.
I'm going to tire you out.
You said people. I am not people.
Walter Mellon says, hey, we could do a best of Wilbur jokes.
Can we?
There's
could?
So many of them.
Can we?
That could fill. That could
really
fill a show.
Could fill a show, and that's
never seen.
Oh my God!
Never seen
well, yeah, he definitely would never see him coming. Devil Hawk says, "Aren't we just waiting for AI to progress to a point where they can run this show? Just have AI Randy, AI Jeffrey, AI Keon, AI Ralph. Let them argue for 3 hours.
I'd listen to that.
I'd be all right with it.
Would that be this show?
I don't know what it would be, but if it means I get time off, I'm all for it.
With pay?
That's the thing. Is it replacing you?
Yeah, I feel like that's not Radio Ron's jam, is to pay us for not doing anything. So I don't think we'd win that.
Doing that now.
Magnificent Mr. Mormon says, who's this Radio Don? Is he in the mafia? I wouldn't want to mess with that guy. He sounds scary. I said Ron. It's Radio Ron, you dope.
Radio Don does sound good, though.
You'd like to be the Radio Don.
That's a good name for him, though. He's the Godfather.
He'll come in here with a bunch of marshmallows in his cheeks, going, "Why do you come to me in the day of my daughter's, wedding?" Man. Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Let's make the NBA more like the WNBA. Great plan." Oh, hey, they have 10-minute quarters.
Actually, don't know off the top of my head.
Moldy Tuna Fish says, yeah, I don't like the changes in baseball either, but it's still a 9-inning game, and you need 3 strikes for a strikeout, 4 balls for a walk. When they're going these 7-inning games, though, that was dumb. Yeah, the 7-inning thing, you're right. That's a ripoff. That is definitely a ripoff.
Well, those are double headers, weren't they?
Yeah. That's just dumb.
Still getting more innings.
Just a Tip says, Jim Brown did his, Barry Sanders did his, Saquon did his. Different parameters. They are not equal. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know.
I don't know. If you're going to change the subject like that, you need to be absolutely clear on what it is that you're talking about.
What we need to also all understand is Just the Tips on a daily basis lets me know that he's, quote, in his cups.
Yes.
It means that he is drunk most every time he texts in this show. Are we talking about taxes? I don't understand what you're talking unless you're listening to a different show. Then that would make sense. Aiton's Army says, hey, Ralph, did you catch that video of JJ Redick cussing out Dalton Connect? Really builds confidence about them Lakers going forward, doesn't it? Well, understand, Dalton Connect got ejected for arguing with the refs. Is that what that was about?
No. JJ Redick lit into him because Dalton Connect was bringing the ball up the floor, and then he passed it to somebody else. And then JJ calls a timeout, and I don't know if I've ever seen JJ Redick this mad. His face is red, and he goes, Jesus bleeping Christ. It's your bleeping play. Like, why did you pass the ball to somebody else? I
drew up a play
for you. Why don't?
I think that's a good thing.
It is a good thing, but it's like this team is not ready to win a title.
Connect is young, so
they're playing good ball though. I mean,
give him that.
Yeah, and I think he's, it's going to be one of those welcome to the NBA moments for him. But it was funny. I watched it like 10 times. It's because I just don't know JJ to be that guy. He just was just lit into him, and all the microphones in the on the sideline picked it up because he wasn't trying to hide anything. I think JJ Redick's going to be a good coach.
I'm not going to question him. I mean, he's got them playing good ball. I mean, they're good.
Well, okay. So last night they were playing the Wizards. Sorry,
I'm not talking last night,
but you guys do not have to apologize to me every time you say they played the Wizards as though the Wizards haven't lost 16 games in a row and are bordering on history again.
This is how bad it was: 134-96, and Bronny was playing, and the Wizards made Bronny look good.
Well, part of it is they also just didn't defend him. I don't know if you saw that. He was at the 3-point line alone.
Well, no defense on him, but here still is his stat line. And this is what I'm going to call sarcasm on your crowd. I'll explain in a second. Bronny scored his second career basket. We're pretty deep into the season, and recorded 5 whole points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. This is the best game he's ever had against a team that is tanking. And then at some point, so he's like, let's go, Bronny. And the crowd broke into MVP chants for Bronny James. That is some epic sarcasm right there.
But that
is
Washington, wasn't
such good trolling.
Yes, it was.
Washington crowd's having fun. Good for them.
Yeah, no, because everybody knows this is a tank job. I think that they need to be more subtle about this. Like, this is actually too obvious. But
it's the second time this season they've had a 16-game losing streak.
Yeah, everybody knows what's going on here. Washington fans are not upset. We know what the game is. we're trying to get Cooper Flag at the end of this season.
Not a bad thing.
Can you imagine though? Can you just imagine? You stink. You're the lowest rung on the ladder. You know that the only place you even look close to decent is in the G League. You show up for an easy one against the Wizards, and they start chanting MVP. That is just top-notch sarcasm. And poor Bronny. He didn't go home feeling good after that. There's no way he felt good about that.
He might have.
If he does, he's absolutely delusional.
Hey, he's a legend in the G League.
After that game, I probably
legend. For what?
You know how I do?
He actually plays decent in the G League.
He's decent in the G League, but if you rank the top 10 best G League players right now, he doesn't make the top 15. Like, what are we?
Legendary.
It's unbelievable.
So I would basically, at the end of this game, I would just go, Dad, I'm going to veterinary school. I don't want to do this anymore after this. This is bad. This is so bad.
I'm going back to USC, but Bronny, you're not eligible anymore. To take classes.
No, yeah, I'm just going to go sit in the library. That's all.
He's getting paid to watch his dad play basketball. That's pretty cool.
The last night, his dad was watching him play. He wasn't suited up.
Yeah, because he got a double in the first 12 minutes of the game.
And I don't know what the relationship is, but his dad was probably either sitting there dying inside or loving every minute of it. Because he's cruel.
LeBron was sitting on the sideline laughing with everybody else.
Tells you everything you need to know.
Welcome to the league, Rook. Even though you're my son.
Yeah, he wouldn't be there if it had not been for. So, the LSU Tigers beat the Oklahoma Sooners. It was a high-scoring game. But Kim Mulkey, is that how you say her name? Mulkey?
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What does she have against clipboards? Because I saw this video and she was mad as hell because the LSU got accused of flopping. and they came over and told her, and she was yelling, screaming, mad. She was so mad. And I guess Simone Augustus, who, by the way, was an astounding player. She's holding this clipboard, and then just Kim Mulkey goes, knocks it out of her hand. In the video, you see Simone just sitting there going, what did I do? Like, you can see the body. She's just looking at her hands like, why did you knock that out of my hand?
And that is because Kim Mulkey it's not a great, it's not a one-to-one comparison, but she is very similar, her temper, to Bob Knight. She goes from 0 to 60 instantly. And then she's just mad. And whatever she says or does after that, who even knows?
Simone Augustus is in a abusive relationship, and she should call a special phone number, because the look on her face was like, she's just staring at her empty hands like, okay, what was that? Why is this happening right now? I didn't flop. I wasn't the ref. What is this? All right, listen, we got to take a break. We come back. We're going to talk to Keon about Hate Week. It's back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GAME to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GAME for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GAME for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppan.com. That's KASAI Teppan.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room. Ralph from Harmon Solar is joining us, but he wants me to say Ralph from the Weekend Warriors.
Yes.
Whatever the hell that is. And then, of course, you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Now, Ralph, you know it's not this weekend, so it's next weekend.
No, but you know what is this weekend? Something very important this weekend.
Your birthday?
No, thank God, no. I don't want to get older, Randy.
He's already older. This weekend, nobody cares about the Pro Bowl games. So
it's the Weekend Warriors 1 year anniversary.
Are you serious?
Oh, this weekend, huh?
This weekend is 1 year, and we're doing an anniversary show.
Wow. Yeah. No kidding.
I can't believe it's been a year already.
You know, what's funny is predictably nobody on the show was on the show when you started last year.
Wasn't Neil there from the
Yeah,
beginning?
Neil was there. Neil's been there from the start.
Oh, I thought Neil was gone.
No.
Neil was there from the
Neil
beginning.
started.
I thought you rolled him up in a carpet and got rid of him.
No, we got
that was
we
the
got
other
rid
guy.
of that one person.
That was the other guy.
Yeah,
I remember that one dude. That
Feels
one
way
dude,
better.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we have 1 year show. We have a 1 year anniversary show this week.
Yeah.
And there'll be special appearances by the WAGs.
By the WAG.
Hell's a WAG.
Wives and girlfriends.
Hour 2 is the WAG hour.
Why would you call them WAGs?
Wife and girlfriends.
Well, I know, but why? I mean, I don't think I would want. Really? Do they mind being called that?
Yeah, it's not a bad term.
I don't know.
You're
WAG
just
makes me
not
think of a
young and
tail
hip,
and a
that's all.
dog. So,
Well, no, they're not.
It's just
dogs.
an acronym.
Yeah, it's an acronym.
I didn't say they were
Wives and
dogs.
girlfriends.
Yeah, WAGs.
So, if your wife and girlfriend are in the same room, doesn't that pose a problem?
It depends what kind of relationship you have.
Yeah, I'm not listening to this show. I feel like
I don't know how you went
we
in a
don't wanna
different
hear that
direction than that.
violence.
Huh.
it's kind of weird Jerry Springer crap that's happening on Sundays.
Well, since nobody from the station's, monitoring us, we do whatever we want.
That's how we feel about this show. So, Weekend Warriors, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. For their 1 year anniversary special. So, when your WAGs are on there, you guys going to leave and they're just going to take over?
They are going to take over hour 2.
I'll listen to that.
Yeah, they're going to take over hour 2.
I'll listen to that.
It's going to be interesting.
Let's see. And then the following Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, the Weekend Warriors will start our day of Super Bowl fun, 9 a.m. till noon.
Yes.
What in the hell are you going to do for 3 hours?
There's a bar there, so a lot of drinking.
Oh, that's right. You're broadcasting live from the Spot. Where the hell's the Spot again?
Grill. It's on Bell Ave. It's on Bell Road in Glendale, Arizona.
Bell and what?
Bell 53rd around there.
There you go. So, all right.
Breakfast burritos. They're going to have all sorts of, discounted food all day. Show the games.
So they're opening up early.
They're opening up at 9 a.m.
I guess you know that Miss Kim and I drove by the Spot this week, and we're planning on being there.
Really?
Yeah, for the
That'd
big
be
show.
exciting.
Wow,
Yeah,
celebrities that you're
We're
thinking.
going to be there for the big show.
Well, I might have to call you on air for a second.
So, I don't know
why-
about that.
If he's sitting there, Ralph, why don't you let him come up on the stage?
Of course.
Yeah, don't call him on the phone.
No,
Yeah.
that's not what I
You
meant.
get
Obviously.
weird feedback
right
if you
there.
do that.
And we're gonna be giving away like station swag, and we've got Weekend Warrior swag.
You
And,
think
Oh,
after
I
being
need
on
some-
a year, he would know how to do
I
this?
need some free station swag. Yeah.
yeah, you can have some station swag. Weekend Warrior swag's pretty good.
Oh, nice. I need some. Listen, if it's free, I need some of it.
Randy, you show up, and I've got one for you. You're gonna.
All
have,
right.
you're
All
gonna have
right.
this one.
I'm
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
I'm there. I'm going to have a breakfast burrito and whiskey.
How are those breakfast burritos at the Spot?
They're very good, apparently.
Do they have chorizo?
Don't know.
Can you find out?
I can.
Honey, I got to go to work. I'll be back in a few hours. Then I'm going to have everybody at the remote sign an NDA that she doesn't have to hear that I've had chorizo. That's the only way I'm showing us.
We're gonna
smell
have
it on your
Scott.
breath.
Scott Engel will be on the show at one point too, doing some betting props for us.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
All right. So that is not this Sunday. You can just sleep in.
No.
Next Sunday, it's the Super Bowl all day because we got the Weekend Warriors from 9 to noon. And then we've got Westwood One special Super Bowl show, followed by another Westwood One Super Bowl show, followed by another Westwood One Super Bowl show, then followed by a very long pregame, and then the actual Super Bowl. So all day long,
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. And I can say it because we are licensed to carry it. I don't have to say the big game or the championship. We get to say Super Bowl. Suck on that, guys down the dial. You can't even say Super Bowl. Bite me.
Wow, they can't even say it even though they have a team. That's interesting.
I know. Because we've got the Super Bowl and they don't. Let me read this note from our lawyers. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo, your pants are full of poo-poo. Go to hell. We got cool-ass lawyers. Anyway, so that's what's going on. So there you go, Ralph. We've just spent 6 minutes talking about your stuff. Are you happy now?
I am. It's going to be a great day, man. That's going to be a lot of fun. You need to come down. I'm telling you, calm down.
Look, find out about the chorizo.
I'll find out.
Don't you lie to me.
I would never lie to you again.
If I get there and there's no chorizo, oh, hell would be hell to pay.
My wife will make chorizo and bring it down.
Whatever it takes.
You'd have to take a flight to get there, though, where you live.
Gee, no kidding, huh? Well, on the weekend,
that ought to tell you how much he loves chorizo.
On the weekend, it's not so bad. You know, there's not such a huge amount of traffic. You know, so on a Sunday morning, oh yeah, that probably I don't know. I'll map that later.
You can Kobe Bryant it. Just jump on your chopper and come down.
Yeah, but by the way, I don't do small aircraft, and in light of recent events, once again, I'm right. So all I'm going to say,
I don't think aircraft size had anything to do with that. But
that's all I'm going to say. We're not getting into this. But it just makes my point is all I'm saying.
Oh boy.
George says, I agree with Keon. Baseball games have lost something with these gimmicks and tricks by Rob Manfred. Did they lower ticket prices? No, they raised them. Get rid of the ghost runners and extra innings. Well,
Thank you.
That I agree with. Get rid of the ghost
and
runners.
have all the people who just thought baseball was too long and boring. Did they come flocking to games? Has that happened?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hefty Lefty says, bring your own chorizo. Hefty, I want you to take a look at me on YouTube.
Look through him because you can see through him.
Yeah, there's there ain't no chorizo making jeans in this white boy here. I gotta outsource the chorizo. Okay.
I gotta outsource.
LSE Average Joe says, hey, whatever happened to Booger Wolf? You know, he texted in not too long ago.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was a normal sort of text. We just sort of went right by us.
Wasn't he a big Lions guy?
No, I don't remember.
Booger Wolf is a
Niners
49ers
guy.
specifically because he was very annoying about it until there wasn't anything to be annoying about.
Average Joe says he kind of disappeared when you keep calling him out about being on Jim Rome. Yeah, we still have that audio ready to go, right? Whenever we need it.
It's in here somewhere.
Yeah. Make sure we have that ready to go whenever we need it. Because when he shows up, as long as he behaves, we don't play it. But when he misbehaves, we immediately play it.
It's the first thing that comes to mind. Hey, hold on.
You got to make sure that gets into that button bar for me.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I appreciate that. But he's like, yeah, I wonder if he's one of these new listeners. I am curious if the new listeners are people who've been banned. And then, because I said, hey, you want to text your nickname? And they just don't even respond. Like, yeah, I'll find out who you are, you son of a bitch. You better not be a banned person on here.
I don't think they are. They're all listening to my show.
I got like a lot.
All the band people just
I get all the band people on my show going, Jeffrey won't let us play. I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
So the racist flotsam jetsam just slid right down to you guys? Okay. Hey, if you're banned, you're either just an intense a-hole or a racist. Those are the only two reasons. I can't hear the audio if you're trying to play it there, Keon. I can hear something, but I can't hear it on air. Robert,
I was just making sure I had the right thing.
You have it?
I do have it.
Okay, so if you've never heard this before, we have a texter named Booger Wolf, and on the show we all have our nicknames. Well, sometimes people forget nobody else cares about the nicknames on this show, so Booger Wolf calls into the Jim Rome show, and it doesn't go well for him.
Actually, let me play the log version.
Okay, yeah,
Let's go to Phoenix. Check this out. Booger Wolf. Yo, Booger Wolf, before we get to your beef, dude, I got to know, why do they call you Booger Wolf? Go ahead, dude. Tell me.
Rome.
Yo.
They call me the Booger Wolf. We're just the Wolfly guys out here, but my beef, man.
Dude, I don't care why they call you Booger Wolf. That's known as self-gloss, dude.
Yeah.
You can't call in as Booger Wolf, even if you're known as Booger Wolf out here.
He keeps going for like 20 more seconds, but I think the point's been made.
Booger Wolf's tail was tightly between his legs as he
So
left.
he just ran him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just ran him. Didn't even give a chance.
I
That
was
sucks.
I was driving to work and I heard that and I went, huh. I think I'm gonna clip something when I get back.
And see, now keep in mind, if you're also new to the show, Booger Wolf is generally fairly abusive to Keon and, well, all of us in turn. And
But he goes after me in particular. So
in
I found
bizarre fashion.
Yeah.
Bizarre fashion. I don't mind Booger Wolf. That doesn't bother me. But it was great fun to hear that and play that.
I'm gonna get that on the button bar, man.
Yeah, I gotta be on the button bar. Gotta be on there.
Funny.
Anyway, Robert from Surprise says, I heard they're going to have a separate entertainment tax on goods at Diamondback Stadium.
No, it's the entertainment tax that is already in place is going to be used for the upgrades. That's what's been proposed.
Who's paying the entertainment tax? Is it like the hotels and stuff?
When you buy popcorn or broad or soda?
Wait.
or
So
whatever.
this is an extra tax that's
No, it's
only
not.
applied at the stadium?
It's not an extra tax. It's already being applied at the stadium. It's part
Only
of
at the stadium.
Yeah, it's part of the tax that you
Can you
already
do that?
pay at that stadium and at State Farm.
So let me make sure I got this clear. I go down to Fry's, I buy some hot dogs or popcorn, and there's no extra tax. You go to the stadiums, say, I'll have some a hot dog and a popcorn. They give you the tax that you normally pay, and now there's an extra tax put on top of that.
It's not an extra tax. It's part of the tax that you pay at the stadium.
That's an extra tax. If you don't pay it outside the stadium, it's an extra tax.
That's when your lawmakers agreed to fund that stadium. That is part of what they put in there to fund the stadium.
See, we're doing it wrong. You don't tax the people who go to the stadium. You tax the people who stay in our hotels and unwittingly pay for our stadium.
They do that too.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, that also happens.
They do
I
that.
want to tax
Rental car and-
foreigners and visitors.
All the dollars. They take all the dollars.
Yeah, I want to
They
tax.
they take their dollars and your dollars.
And you know, and we you know what we do? We call it the Wildlife and Children's Fund. We don't tell them it's for a stadium.
Now that I don't think you can do.
It doesn't matter what we call it. What?
I think it does.
They're leaving in 2 days. They don't need to know. Tax them more. They're like, well, it's
all right.
It's for because you're gonna either way, it's gonna work. You're like, oh, but it's for the children. Like, I don't like children, but it's for the animals. Oh, the animals. So they're okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You get them one way or the other with that.
Right.
Robert from Surprise says you'll receive your taxes on your popcorn, and then you have a separate tax now for entertainment. That's what I heard. Wait, so there's a tax of entertainment for the tickets, and then there's a tax for there's a popcorn tax?
The article I read was the tax is already in place at State Farm Stadium and at Banquet Ballpark, and it is not an extra tax. It is taken from the fund that's already being taxed, that's already being collected via this same tax at the ballparks in the Valley. That's going to help do the remodeling and renovation of Banquet Ballpark.
And what are they renovating?
The ballpark.
They had to fix the roof.
They've got serious issues down. They've got plumbing issues, and they've got some things that they need to address down there.
Yeah, I've heard that the roof will be working for the next season, so they'll be able to open it and close it.
Did it say how much this project is costing?
I didn't get that far in the article. I was reading it before it came on the air.
I don't know. Every tax to me is extra tax. I don't know if you've got this. I'm sort of anti-tax.
Well, you might be happy.
Aren't we all, Jeffrey? Aren't we all?
I mean, here's the thing. The good news is, hey, we've cut your taxes. The bad news is you have no job, so you don't need to pay taxes. Oh, that's great too. Wait, what? Golden Domer says, hey, that 5-point effort would be a 50-point game in the WNBA. Are you still on Bronny James going to play for the WNBA?
And no, it wouldn't be a 50-point effort.
I actually like to see that. I think that'd be fun.
They would eat his lunch.
I know, but I think it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, it would be fun to watch. But yeah, Bronny can't score against other guys who were not drafted.
You know, they'll take the
Locking him
WNBA.
up.
Those girls will take his milk money. He'll get embarrassed against
take
He's not embarrassed already?
Oh, he should be. Moldy Tuna Fish says, Jeffrey, I wish you were as enthusiastic and exciting doing this show as you are doing that Kazai commercial. You make me want to run through a wall and go to Kazai every time I heard that commercial.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. They wanted it exciting. You want the actual story behind that was originally we assigned that to Phil back 3 years ago. No, I'm serious. They're like, hey, Phil, read this for me. And he's like, hey, I'm Phil. Hey, go to a Kasai. And he was just sort of weird I've heard him on your show. He's come a long way in
good,
3. Yeah, he's good now. Phil is an outright broadcaster now. Back then, Kasai Japanese. And I'm just like, let me show you how to do this.
He sounded like Yogi Bear.
I showed him how to do it, and I was like, damn, forget it. Just send that to him. He's like, thank you. He didn't want to do it. And so I did it, and in trying to show him how to be more exciting. And then Kasai was like, holy crap, that's perfect. Let's do this. And I was like, oh. And so now that's why I do it the way I do it. And everybody makes fun of me.
And Phil's been exciting on our promos. I mean,
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, it took him a minute.
Energy.
He had to learn.
I have not ever one time made fun of you about your Kasai Japanese Steakhouse commercials. Not one time.
I mean, like everybody who texted in for about 6 months are like, it's dinnertainment.
Damn it. We want to make a shirt like that. With your face.
They really should.
My face,
I bet it would sell.
I would
genuinely bet it would sell.
So, no, I mean, I'm as enthusiastic as I need to be, Moldy Tuna Fish. Okay. I don't go to where you work at night and slap the cheeseburger out of your hand.
And also, oh my God. Also,
that could have gone a whole different way too, by the way.
That's true.
There's other versions of that.
You got off light. No, but the other thing too is like being that excited for 30 seconds a minute is different than doing that for 3 hours. You can't be that for 3 hours.
All right, I'm not going to tell you who this person is. I'm not going to tell you who this. I know a guy who's that excited like all the time.
Oh no,
he makes me tired whenever he's around.
Ugh. Yeah,
I'm not kidding. He's like, oh my God, and calls everybody bro. You know what I'm saying? I think
I know where we're going with this.
There's at some point you just slow down. You're burning out, man. You're burning out. And then I don't know. I think
when your texts are exciting, it's interesting.
Yeah. So I am what I am. Okay. I am what I am. Latina Leprechaun says, wait, Scott Engel's going to be on the remote next Sunday?
You should know that.
He's not going to be in person, Latina Leprechaun. He's going to be over the satellite or the phone or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I just blew it. She's like, I might have to show up at your event. Where's the spot? Now she's not coming. He's not physically there. You get that, Latina Leprechaun.
He'll be there spiritually and in voice, so you should come. He'll want to talk to you.
The historian says, that tax has been in place since 1998. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about taxes, man. Once they're like, this is just to build the stadium. Then later they're like, this is just to fix the stadium. They're like, this is just to remember the stadium that's no longer here. It's like the taxes never go away. Constantly being taxed. Number one Rattlers fan says Pat Riley and his legal team have already given the NFL and the Chiefs a heads up about not making t-shirts with the phrase three-peat on it since Riley went and trademarked it. How do you think that's going to go down?
I like that.
That's going to go down the way Pat Riley wants it. Nobody's messing with him. Not even the NFL. That. They can just pay him.
If you want to talk about the Godfather, Pat Riley. Riley is the Godfather.
How much do you got to pay the man to use that?
Whatever he says.
A lot of money.
I assume.
I'm sure they can negotiate a nice deal. And
figure it out.
He'll get plenty of money for it.
It's good for Pat Riley.
Robert Forum Surprise says, if there's already a tax, how are they going to use that same tax to fund the stadium upgrades?
The tax has been in place since 1998.
They'll spend the money?
And it's been collecting this tax has been collecting in an account with the state since with the county since 1998.
So 26 years of tax.
Yeah,
that's got to be some serious coin.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to go back and see. And I'm sure they've got the stats. How much money has come in from that tax? And where has that money been spent? Mm-hmm. That's what I want to know. President Wallet says, hello, Ralph and other guys.
Wow.
Hefty Lefty says, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Big George says, I, for one, like your Kasai commercials, Jeffrey. All right, stop kissing up. Moist one says Bronny would go Joanna Man type domination in WNBA.
I don't.
I honestly am not sure Bronny would play well against the.
Yeah.
There are some pros out there.
Joanna Man was pretty good.
I never saw that movie.
It was funny.
I got the idea. Hamilton Porter says, "Why are you so anti-tax? Somebody needs to pay for the president's golf trips." Yeah, he owns a golf course. But okay. Just the tip says, do Geico customers pay that tax at State Farm Stadium? Oh, that's a good point.
Nah, there's like a secret double tax they pay. Oh, you work for Progressive?
Yeah.
Oh.
Secret double reverse
So,
tax.
why is my hot dog $275?
Yeah.
Wow.
All tax is tyranny.
Progressive.
Historian says, no, taxes do go away once they get canceled and reinstated and then increased. Yeah, no, but that one tax, has that been canceled, reinstated, and increased?
No, it's been ongoing.
Shouldn't be a forever tax, a forever stamp.
It went from a tax that was building the stadium to a tax that was supposed to upkeep and maintain the stadium. And the problem is it's been used over the years by politicians. And now they want to make sure that they protect that money and use it for the upgrades and maintenance of the stadium downtown Phoenix.
I'm against it, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's just the way things go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break, and we're going to get to what I was trying to get to for like the last half hour, and that was talk about ASU hosting dirty, filthy meth addicts from Arizona for some basketball this weekend. So we'll talk about that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
You okay?
I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Joe Montana here. In my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease. Are you 50 or older like me? The CDC now recommends vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at increased risk and over 6 times greater risk of hospitalization with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer. This new year, I want to spend more time with my family, get healthier, and make sure my finances are in order. That includes finally securing life insurance. My friend recommended SelectQuote. They've helped more than 2 million people find coverage in the last 40 years. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. And my husband got a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month. Plus, we qualified for same-day life insurance. No medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With SelectQuote, even if you have a health concern, be it high blood pressure, diabetes, even heart disease, their experienced agents can find you the right life insurance policy at the lowest price. Make life insurance the first resolution you check off your list this year.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-262-1212 to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-262-1212. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-262-1212. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
The Rich Eisen Show. Mike Pereira from Fox Sports. How does it sit with you when you hear the national conversation that the officials are in the Chiefs' pocket?
The fact that you're looking out for anyone, any team, any individual is a myth. It is an absolute myth. Those people that say that don't know a damn thing about officiating.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at 10 a.m. on 1580. The Fanatic.
That's the whole reason I listen to Retracement, is to hear Gene Steratore swear. That's it. That's a good. Oh, hi, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, so I don't know. This probably not going to go the way we want it to go, because we're not delusional sports fans here. We are fans of ASU, and we have a deep hatred for Tucson.
Yes,
and even the dog, at the mere mention of Arizona, will start to lose its mind.
Yeah. See,
but here's at least the tail of the tape. Right, this is going to be a tough game for ASU. Arizona is 8-1 in the conference. ASU is 3-6 in the conference. Generally on the team stats per game, Arizona is scoring 82.9 points a game. ASU is scoring 73.4 points a game. So, I mean, I know that doesn't tell the whole story, but at least at a glance, even though I have had great joy in seeing Arizona fall out of the top 25, I feel like this is an uphill battle for ASU.
It is,
possibly an understatement.
It is a bit of an understatement, because not only is ASU kind of struggling in conference play, they're not healthy. Two of their better players, Jaden Quaintance, who is the 5-star freshman that they got, he's been awesome as a defensive player, and he's given enough offensively that I think that they rely on him, averages 10 points a game. But BJ Freeman is also a loss offensively. He's not going to be there. I believe the last game that they played against Colorado, they were able to eke out the win, but they were playing with 6 guys basically. Like they're just not a very deep team right now, and the players that they're missing are 2 of the more important players on their roster. So like they're struggling already to just stay healthy. And that, I think, is going to have an impact on tonight's game.
All right. Well, it's not tonight.
Well, not tonight. Sorry, tomorrow night's game.
It's tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning's game.
Yeah.
11 a.m.
I thought it was tomorrow night. Well, I'll have that cleared up.
So our procedure remains in place for what happens next. If ASU loses badly, we don't talk about it at all on Monday.
Right.
We
What
disavow any knowledge of the experience. We're just not going to talk about it. But
exactly,
it is on Saturday morning on CBS at 11 a.m. Oh, goody. It's on broadcast television for everyone to see.
But early.
Oh, man, that's great. So, all right. Here's hoping. You never know what's going to happen. This is a home game for ASU. Not that that's helped them, but you never know. You never know.
Haven't beaten Arizona and Tempe in 2020.
I guess we know. That's fine.
So
we know. We totally know.
You're saying there's a chance.
No, we're not. We're not saying that either. That's not being said here.
I mean, of course, there's a chance. It's very slim.
Yeah, they haven't lost the game yet, is all you can pretty much say at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah. By the way, I don't care for Ohio State. I don't care that they've won. And I saw this. It was supposed to be a good news kind of story, and I thought, oh, this might be good. And then I read a little more, and then I started to think, what? So here, I'm just going to read it to you, and I am sure the same thoughts are about to cross your minds. Okay, so you ever heard of Big Nut from Ohio State? If you're here he is, Big Nut, the Ohio State fan.
This is the first time hearing of him.
And that's his wife. I'm sure she could have never been more proud.
It's a bad name.
But so Big Nut, right? Because as you know, the Buckeye is a type of nut, technically a nut-like seed. So that's why. And she shows up without the makeup, and he calls her First Lady Nut. Anyways, I'm getting lost. Anyway, so Big Nut is celebrating the national championship. He's handing out scholarships to 16 kids in Northwest Ohio. His name is John Peters. You can call him Big Nut. And he's 64. And he's like, I'm a blue collar guy. And he worked at a Whirlpool factory for decades. But now he's handed out like $330,000 in scholarships over the year. Wow. So after this championship, he's handing out 16 $500 scholarships. In Ohio, is that like a year's tuition?
I don't know. That'll get you books and stuff. Like that's just nothing.
When I hear scholarship, don't you think like full ride scholarship? You know,
but he's just one guy.
There's different types of scholarships.
Well, why don't you instead of 16, like do one? You know,
so more kids can have some money.
Yeah,
every penny
like,
helps.
Especially,
here's some books. I don't know. I mean, I just wondered.
Yeah, the books are important.
Yeah,
and some grants don't cover them, and some scholarships don't cover them. So having someone put up the cash for that,
can you call this a scholarship? Really?
Yes.
Yeah, they have like
just a couple.
I know that because you live in a palatial estate, that $500 doesn't mean that much.
Oh, listen, I'm about to give out some scholarships because I want some Jeffrey O'Brien scholarships given out.
Because yeah, man, you know you're staring down the barrel of $48,000 in college loan debt. $500 here and there does actually set you up for being able to at least finish the semester you're on.
How little money can I give to where it can be called a scholarship?
I've seen $200.
I mean,
200.
I don't know what the number is. I'm not going to look it up for you because that feels insulting somehow.
I'm going to give out some scholarships.
That feels absolutely insulting somehow.
What are you going to call them?
I don't know. The least I could do scholarships.
Least I can do.
It's the least I can do.
Underline least.
Jeffrey O'Brien Memorial Scholarship.
Sure, the second annual Jeffrey O'Brien Memorial Scholarship Fund.
I like least you can do better.
It's the least I can do.
Don't worry, I did the research. I looked it up. It is literally the least I can do.
So is it? How much is it?
No, I didn't look it up. No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not doing
going to say.
I'm genuinely.
God damn it! Now I got to type this in. The one thing Keon won't Google.
I'm not Googling that for you.
What is the?
I don't know why I feel insulted.
Amount? Why are you insulted? I'm not giving you a scholarship.
No, just the idea that can you really do anything with $500 scholarship?
It's 50
yes,
bucks.
And call it a scholarship.
Do you know how much stuff how many different scholarships I had to get just to have enough to just?
You should be mad about this. That's what I say, because not at me. The minimal donation for a traditional scholarship, $10,000. So 10,000 is what they call a scholarship.
I mean, you can do scholarships for $50. I just looked it up.
Where'd you find it?
I just looked it up.
So $50?
$50.
Oh, I'm totally giving out scholarships. I'm going to get these kids to do a lot. Here's what I'm going to say. You can get a Jeffrey O'Brien scholarship. I ain't saying it's $50. And then at the end, here's the winner. And they get $50. You're like, it's a scholarship.
You have to say how much it's worth.
Make them write an essay.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Do I? $50 to 10,000. You can give a range.
What if I say I'm giving out $10,000 scholarship, and it turns they're like, oh my God, but it's like to 6,000 people, you know? They get, I don't know. Okay, well, listen, I don't like Ohio State, so.
Yeah, but this guy is the one good Ohio State fan. Don't hate on him.
I'm not hating on him. I'm just like, yeah, it's okay.
I'd like
500. Okay,
because he's just one guy. Now, maybe if he got some help from the other Ohio State fans, maybe if there were just more good people in Columbus, who knows?
I doubt there are. So
I have serious doubts as well.
He's giving out $300,000. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's the other thing, though. He has made a huge difference. $330,000 out of your own pocket. No, you tip of the hat to this guy for sure.
Listen, he worked in a Whirlpool factory. I mean, it's not like the guy was rich.
Yeah, and his wife is sitting there like, oh, so he dresses like this, and he's giving away my money. All right, because when he dies, that's my money. But that's fine. No, that's fine. No, go ahead, give out our money. That's fine. She doesn't look happy, to be honest.
Wow, I think she would have left if she was unhappy at that point.
If I give out money in a scholarship form, do I get a write-off?
Probably.
That's not a bad question.
No, I think that probably is true.
I feel like that's a fair question.
Probably a write-off.
I am not going to call myself Big Nut. No, it's not happening.
No, please don't.
He shouldn't have called himself that. He's a good dude, but he should have called himself literally anything else. Almost anything.
It was his wife actually started calling him first because of how crazy he got watching games, but also because of the Buckeye thing. So
all right, but then you just go, honey, I think I'm going to tweak that name a little bit. Just like a little bit. you can't walk around being called that.
Devil Hawk says this guy's name is Big Nut. That's what my wife calls me in the bedroom.
How did I know? How did I know?
Moist One did the math. He says 16 people getting $500 is $8,000. So he gave $8,000 out this year. Thank you, big Moist One.
Big Moist One.
Big Moist One. Everybody gets a big today. Everybody.
Yeah. That actually, wow. That might be the most. You shouldn't add big to any
Big Moist
part of that nickname at all. No.
Moist One says, not the first time a college student turned to a big nut for financial help.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. He's not wrong, though.
Big Baker's Cocky Hen says, Michael Scott gave out those laptops to everyone, but then didn't have the money and gave them each chargers. Could do something like that.
Gave him each
It's like not only have you made my life worse by promising me a computer and not giving me a computer, now I have to find the computer that matches this charger. I don't even get my choice of computer anymore.
Another thing I can say, hey, I'm giving away a free charger. And they think they're getting a car, but you give them just like a little laptop charger.
Hey, what, you got an iPhone, an Android phone? Here's your charge.
CK says, leave it to Jeffrey to criticize a blue-collar guy donating $500 scholarships when he wouldn't buy elementary kids 100 chicken nuggets. I vaguely, what was that all about?
I kind of remember.
Vaguely remember that.
I remember those words. I don't remember what the context.
I don't remember what that was.
It was some kind of bet you guys were trying to do, and he wanted to be.
But I feel like I was right on that one. I thought you were going to give me a hard time for when we got a bunch of balls that the charity was bringing to a school. My wife wanted me to inflate them. I'm like, just give them the pump. Let the kids do it themselves. She's like, that's horrible. What are you talking about? They're getting a free ball.
That is horrible. Actually.
Just get. There you go.
Is that horrible? Because like that's
when we free ball.
When we were kids, and you had to pay for a ball, you had to pump it yourself.
Right. Let them have the experience, I guess. And I meant, no, here I am in the garage. I mean, I didn't give him my electric pump, but
that's going to take forever. Come on.
Still, it took a while, and it was hot outside.
It takes long enough.
It was hot in that garage.
You give us a school, 10 soccer balls and 10 basketballs. That's an afternoon.
My text line is bogging down, but people are remembering. Average Joe says that was a bet between you. Win one Little Caesar pizza, and if you lose, you buy 100 chicken nuggets. Yeah, I would have done that.
Kind of remember that.
I think, or I just didn't take the bet. I might have not taken the bet because it was a bet that I couldn't win or something. Like I knew it was a bad bet.
Oh yeah, so it would just be effectively you just buying nuggets. That's
right. I'm just buying a bunch of greedy little bastards chicken nuggets. Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, remember the inflation thing the next time you go buy a car. Huh? You talking about how it depreciates once you drive it off the lot? Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah. Mars Bars 805 says, happy Faded Friday, guys. Hope all is going well. He says something about the Lakers that I'm not going to repeat.
You should.
He says, I'll take an 805, Randy. I was wondering, how long do you guys hold on to a weekly winner for a hibachi?
Excuse me?
The hell are you talking about? I don't believe we've ever given away a hibachi.
I don't know that he needs another drink.
Now, if you're saying you won a $50 gift card to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse when you won the week in our picks contest, well, we still have this year, and you know the instructions that were emailed to you and how to get it. You have to come pick it up. Swave Dave says, no, they're going to sell you the car with no air in the tires. Oh, I see. And then the air is like $1,000 per tire.
They're going to hand you a pump and say, here you go, buddy.
Here you go, Jack.
Here's a shotgun and a hunting license. Good luck. Robert from Surprise says $500 can get you a lot of cup of noodles and be very popular in the dorm rooms.
That's true.
Not really ever been in the cup of noodles, but man, you just give me that packet of ramen. I'm pretty happy. Just a Tip says, greatest horror of my life. Youngest son and his wife, both 6 years, service in the Air Force, both graduated from U of A, and the GI Bill. I got to tell you, I'm dealing with some bleep here. The greatest horror of your life is that they graduated from U of A. Do we do a moment of silence for something like this? I feel like maybe we should.
I mean, we could, sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, a moment of silence for Just the Tip, whose youngest son and his wife have graduated from U Arizona.
I mean, I feel like that.
Randy, how long is it supposed
long
to? I
enough.
feel like it should have gone another moment.
That was definitely.
We're talking about
Say we
the
do it
U
again.
of A here.
Start it over.
Feel like how long should that be? Like 10 seconds?
At least 15.
See, I feel like that's long enough. I agree with
Randy can't stand dead air. He's a radio
I'll-
guy.
I'll agree with Randy on that. It's just
Thoughts and prayers, Just the Tip. Thoughts and prayers. Bruno Baller says, "Could we get a Groundhog Day forecast from Randy?" It's Arizona.
Yeah, Puxatawny Phil is not here.
Was it 80 today, by the way?
No.
It's going to be 80 tomorrow. I'll tell you what, let's take a break. We come back. Randy will have a proper weather forecast for us. And around here, Puxatawny Phil would be a javelina. And he'd just be pissed when you open up the little thing. So we don't do that.
Harvey Javelina.
Harvey Javelina. There you go. Good job, Randy. Nicely done. All right, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
The GCU men's basketball squad is coming off their winningest season in 35 years, their third trip to the NCAA tournament in 4 years, and their first ever NCAA tournament victory. Returning 4 of their 5 starters in Ray Harrison, Colin Moore, Duke Brennan, and reigning WAC Player of the Year Tyon Grant Foster, the Lopes look to defend their WAC titles and make a run to the Sweet 16. With a non-conference slate including Stanford, Georgia, and crosstown rival Arizona State, you won't want to miss a moment of the action. So join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on the home of the Lopes, 1580 The Fanatic. Lopes up.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down!
Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with the drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Think you can handle a few drinks and still drive safely? Think again. Buzzed driving is drunk driving, and drunk driving can land you in serious trouble. In Arizona, there's zero tolerance for impaired driving. Even one drink can cost you thousands in fines and legal fees. Plus, take away your driver's license. So plan ahead. Use a designated driver or rideshare. Get the facts at drivesober.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time.
Like right now.
Or right now. Or even
now.
Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Take the Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, let's take a look at the weekend. On Saturday, we've got Grand Canyon University. Broadcast starts at 5:45 p.m. They're playing Utah Valley. And then on Sunday, we have the Busch Light Clash at Bowman Gray at 3:45 p.m. So a little race car action for you there. And of course, Weekend Warriors is on at 9 a.m. to 11. And I don't know what the hell you guys are even going to talk about. Pro Bowl? I mean,
it's the anniversary show.
Are you going to start talking all sports again like you used to?
They're going to relive all the memories over the past year. It's their anniversary show.
Some of them, and then we're going to be. We'll go back to the regular stuff after the Super Bowl. A lot of Dodger talk. No, I'm kidding.
And well, it's your show. I don't care. And then on Saturday to the 15th, the Weekend Warriors returns to their normal slot Saturday mornings, 10 to noon. So that's what's happening. Yeah. But yeah, we don't have we just got that GCU game and the race. There's not seems quiet. Seems like a quiet weekend without football.
Pro Bowl.
Shut up, Ralph. Nobody watching.
Hasn't it been going on for like a few days now?
Jeez.
Just the one yesterday.
I haven't watched it at all.
And we have given it as much attention as it deserves.
I don't even know what they're doing.
No clue.
They had passing stuff yesterday, which that's like, as far as I'm concerned, that's most what I'm interested in.
Yeah,
So
I saw a picture of Jared Goff like, and he looked drunk, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, they've done that
And he
forever.
was
I'm okay with the passing.
I do think the funny thing that happened was they had the Espen had Dan Orlovsky out there do the thing first, and just watching him crow hop into every single throw. And then Joe Burrow goes out and flicks his wrist, and the ball is just right at the target.
You mean like
You're
this?
That's funny.
Yeah. Bruno Baller says, in the Phoenix area, Groundhog's Day it's whether it'll reach 100 before March is over. It will.
Let's hope not.
It will.
No.
That is the state of things today.
No.
Hotter than hell. When have we ever reached 80 damn degrees this soon?
It's not 80 yet.
It did not hit 80 today.
It's hitting it tomorrow.
No.
Monday.
Oh,
No.
Monday. Oh, that's better.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be
No,
close
you're right.
Monday and Tuesday.
No, we're good. We're saved. Don't talk to me about global warming. Silver Pop says, I remember when you tried to start a GoFundMe account for Keon to get ramen. No. We didn't do that. Somebody else was talking about that. And then
that was Big George, wasn't it?
No, that was Boogie. Wasn't that Boogie?
I don't know. I don't remember who it was.
Who
But yeah,
brought you the?
someone bought a lot of ramen and left it. And then I took it to a food shelter because, like,
Good for you. Good for you.
I did not need all of that ramen.
Need. Lacrosse guy says, don't forget college lacrosse, 9 a.m. Jacksonville versus Cuse. I think that's short for Syracuse. This is 9 a.m. on the ACC network. Can you guys hold on a second? I got to set an alarm in my phone.
To make sure you sleep through it, or
It's one of those moments somebody goes, your phone's upside down. Shut up! Robert from Surprise says, hey guys, I'm on the Cheyenne 101. Should I drop off the pizzas? Well, no, I'm the only one here. So no. Some point, Robert from Surprise, he owes pizzas to the Daily Blender. And at some point, we got to get all of us back in the same place at the same time again. And then let Robert give us them pizzas. He's been dying to give us the pizzas.
for the draft show in April.
Yeah, you know what, though? That might conflict with wherever it is we're broadcasting from. You know what I mean? Can't bring pizza into, like, say, Dave and Buster's.
Or
Or
like
like,
station. I'm talking about the NFL draft.
oh, the draft. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the Blender draft.
Are
Oh,
we doing a draft show?
yeah, why not?
Yeah, we did it last year. 6
Ralph
hours.
says we're doing it. So
6 hours last year. It was good.
did we? Oh, that's right. Didn't I just finally say, okay, I'm going to, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of were in and out.
All right, we can do it that way as long as I'm not needed
Are you
or responsible
are
for
you
it.
Ralph? Are you bringing Neil?
Oh, that's right. You brought Neil, didn't you?
It was good. It was fun.
It was fun after Jeffrey left, and then Neil started talking. He found his voice
Yeah.
after
Well, we'll
Jeffrey,
make sure Jeffrey's not there so he can talk.
Jeffrey left
Thank
because Neil
I'm in.
sat there and clammed up for 2.5 hours.
I'm in to be out.
That was a fun show, though. I think we went. Did we go 6 hours?
So I don't know.
I don't think it was 6, but
Well, we went for like 6. Yeah,
it was because it was the full blender, and then I
Yeah,
think we stayed
Ben's
another
on
hour.
draft, yeah.
It was
but
a good show.
yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah,
We had
a couple
Raven Kid
hours.
come in too. Remember?
Yeah, was that last year? Seems like longer.
We had
ago.
Raven Kid come in. We had pizza. We had everything.
We just burnt off January in record speed, but then the rest of this just seems like forever ago, doesn't it? Mars Bars 805. That's right. I won week 15. Okay. So read the email. Do what we said. Just a Tip says, I love that you, Arizona, helped Ethan and Becky achieve what they have achieved. They paid off their house. They paid off their cars, but still, oh God, it's U of A. 10 years later, I still have serious problems. You know, you're never going to recover, Just a Tip. You know what? Here, let me give you advice. There's people on the internet who do amazing work with Photoshop. You send them the pictures of them and have them photoshopped into ASU robes, and you put like the ASU Arizona State University on the building behind them. You just change the graduation pictures to look like, and that way, you know, when you see your own picture, oh yeah, it's a nice feeling. It's a good feeling. You know, and like they know they went to U Arizona. In their house, they can have their whatever. But at your house, it's an ASU thing. So that's my advice: is just to have somebody Photoshop your dreams becoming a reality, and also let your son know he's a terrible disappointed too. And that's it. That's all I got. Wow. Big George says you should do all that. All night NFL draft show again. It was fun last year. I think it went to 10 p.m. He says
it went late.
He says it was great radio.
I thought it was good.
No, I left.
A contest for a listener to join us again.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh. Raven Kid did a good job.
Well, he actually, I can't remember how he won it.
You owed him something.
No, I think his picks. He had some really good picks, and we said, if you do this, then we'll give you that, and that's what happened. So. I don't know, like to come up with something. By the way, I don't know. We got the, we got the NCAA bracket contest coming up. Not sure who's sponsoring that.
Hint, hint.
I'm batting my eyelashes at Ralph from Harmon Solar.
You're gonna have to do more than that,
Randy. You know what to do.
I'll get my chapstick.
It's only because Ralph really likes chapstick.
It's a full tube.
It's unopened. Yeah. Swave Dave says, was there a movie or TV show plot about a guy trying to pay back a meal debt, but then the person he owed kept saying, oh no, but that's not actually a meal? What? Really don't know what you're talking about. Just a Tip loves my advice. He's going to get a Photoshop warrior on that. King of Kitten says, will the weekend warriors continue after the Super Bowl? I told you already. They're moving back to their Saturday time slot at 10 a.m. Why don't people listen?
10 to noon every Saturday.
You would think people would listen to a radio show.
I have some bad news. I love this man only for his name. Anytime I knew that he was going to be on TV, I would take a picture of the TV screen. Dick Button has passed away.
Oh.
Dick Button, post-war figure skating star and longtime commentator, has died at the age of 95.
Huh.
The family did not give a cause of death. And no, he was at home. So,
my dad knew him.
No kidding.
My dad was in the figure skating world as far as he was a costume designer.
Oh, that's right.
For Ice Capades, and that was stars and stuff. But he knew Dick Button really well.
Any Dick Button stories?
Not that I could think of. And my dad passed last year, so I don't know.
Last year?
But they were about the same age.
Well, I'm sure, he probably had tons of great Dick Button.
Oh, he probably did. He knew all those guys. You name him, he knew him.
Dick Button.
It's a good name.
Dick.
Richard
Button. Dick Button. Robert from Surprise says, are you guys going to be broadcasting live again at the Waste Management Phoenix Open? We haven't heard anything about it, but again, we don't usually until right before it happens. So I don't know. I don't think so.
Like day of the event.
Yeah.
We'll know.
Average Joe says, Seinfeld, soup is not a meal. It's not. It's a drink, if you ask me. Soup's a drink. Stew can be a meal. Soup ends up being a drink. You know why I know? Because at some point, everybody does this, and they just drink the rest. If you can drink it, it's not a meal.
But you have to eat a lot of it first.
You drink you
can't-
with a spoon, which is a slower way of doing that.
Depending on the soup, you're going to be doing a lot of chewing.
Depending on the soup. So if there's a lot of stuff in the soup to chew, it's a stew.
I don't think that's how stew works.
That's how it works for me.
Okay. I don't think.
What do I do with soup? You mean some tomato soup? I'm dipping my grilled cheese sandwich in it, and then I'm drinking it. And if it's a lobster bisque, I'm just sitting there shoveling it in, going, I could just drink it. You know, I mean, am I right here? Soup is more of a drink. Stew, that's a meal. Like chunky soup. Chunky soup isn't soup. It's a stew.
But it's got chunks of meat in it.
I know.
Yeah, so it's a stew. You're right. It depends on what's in it.
No, because
If it's a stew, why do they call it chunky soup?
Because it's soup. It's more liquid. Stew is thicker.
It's false advertising.
Is that what it is?
That's true. Stew is thick. Like a beef stew it's thicker.
Yeah, it's not just that there's stuff to chew in it. It's that the actual liquid is thicker.
Yeah.
Shooter McGavin says he's talking about Seinfeld and how soup isn't a meal. Yeah, we kind of figured that out. Average Show says that was the argument. It wasn't a movie. What? I don't understand what's happening right now.
Argument in Seinfeld was that soup and stew are the same.
No, they're not. I don't care what
I think maybe
Seinfeld
that's what it
says.
is.
All right, we're back for the third hour after this. 1580 The Fanatic.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
Make extra money daily from your sports betting? Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here. You know, I'm always about finding ways to take sports betting to the next level. And that's exactly why I'm pumped to tell you about Edge Boost, the financial platform that pays you cash back to wager. Edge Boost is an online bank account that pays you for every deposit. With the Edge Boost Visa debit card, you're getting up to 0.5% cash back on all of your sportsbook, daily fantasy site, and casino transactions. That's free money back in your pocket just for doing what you're already doing. It's a no-brainer. Plus, your Edge Boost debit card starts with a $250,000 daily limit, and it will never be declined for gambling activity. They've got built-in tools to help you stay responsible, and there's absolutely no hidden fees or minimum required balances. So stop leaving money on the table. Visit edgeboost.bet to learn more and sign up today. That's edgeboost.bet. Once again, edgeboost.bet.
This new year, I want to spend more time with my family, get healthier, and make sure my finances are in order. That includes finally securing life insurance. My friend recommended SelectQuote. They've helped more than 2 million people find coverage in the last 40 years. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. And my husband got a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month. Plus, we qualified for same-day life insurance. No medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With SelectQuote, even if you have a health concern, be it high blood pressure, diabetes, even heart disease, their experienced agents can find you the right life insurance policy at the lowest price. Make life insurance the first resolution you check off your list this year.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-262-1212 to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-262-1212. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-262-1212. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The GCU men's basketball squad is coming off their winningest season in 35 years, their third trip to the NCAA tournament in 4 years, and their first ever NCAA tournament victory. Returning 4 of their 5 starters in Ray Harrison, Colin Moore, Duke Brennan, and reigning WAC Player of the Year, Tyon Grant Foster, the Lopes look to defend their WAC titles and make a run to the Sweet 16. With a non-conference slate, including Stanford, Georgia, and crosstown rival Arizona State, you won't want to miss a moment of the action. So join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on the home of the Lopes, 1580 The Fanatic. Lopes up.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Keon Rose in the control room. Dick Button is joining us, along with Ralph from Harmon Solar. In spirit, shut up. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I saw this story, and it just... Shedeur Sanders, right? He's getting ready to be drafted. Probably be the first quarterback that goes, right? Keanu, or you think it'll be the other guy?
It's probably him.
Okay. So they're like, so tell us something that NFL teams might not know about you, Shedeur. You know, one of those things where the gal is standing there with a microphone. And he's like, oh, I'm a humble guy. I'm a really humble guy. I'm really a humble guy. I'm a team player. I just love football. I did everything I wanted to do and can do in life. Just by how Pops helped us growing up and everything. He instilled hard work in us. He made us work for everything. And now I'm just thankful to be out here grinding, playing each and every week, every day, and doing something I love. Now, Jane Slater should have punched him in the nuts right there. Because he just said, so tell us something that people might not know about you. Okay, first off, we would assume you're at the place you're at because you were a hard worker. And we knew with the influence of your dad that is probably absolutely the case. I'm a really humble guy. I'm really a humble guy. If you're really a humble guy, you don't have to tell anybody you're a humble guy. So
yeah, that's true.
You see, so that tells me you're really not a humble guy. And Jane Slater is still standing there going, that was a non-answer to like the question. Tell us something we may not know about you.
Yeah, that's it's a lot of media training has taught a lot of these guys to just not say anything.
He achieved a terminal velocity of not saying anything.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like you said, no humble guy has to mention that he's humble. That's pretty much how humility works.
Twice.
But also, aren't you the guy that scored a touchdown and then pulled down your sleeve to show a $350,000 Rolex?
You're a really humble guy.
The pinnacle of humility right there is showing that I have a watch that costs more than your car.
You are not a humble guy. You are not a humble guy. So anyway,
other college kids, and it's like, yeah, I got the $350,000 Rolex. Yeah, sure, humility.
I ain't saying he's a bad guy.
No, he just clearly, and like even talking about how hard he worked to get there, and I believe he did work hard.
Nepo baby.
The fact is, just listening to him talk, he's never had a problem worse than something that happened on a football field. Like there are people with real problems, parents that can't pay bills.
Yeah. Very good point.
You know, family members dealing with drug issues, and then Shedeur's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Worst thing he's had to deal with is looking at his dad's gnarly feet when they took off a toe.
Yeah, like my
oh god, put on some slippers, Dad.
My dad made me work for everything.
Oh God, oh! Don't walk around out front of the house in flip flops, Dad. Closed-toed shoes, please. That's the worst thing I think he's had to deal with.
Yeah. just not real problems.
How much better is he than Cam Ward?
He's just more polished than Cam Ward is. Cam's got a lot of upside, but Cam is the guy that will throw an interception you don't understand once a game, sometimes two. And you're just like, why did you look there? Why did you throw that? Didn't you realize that concept was supposed to open up somebody on the other side of the field and you weren't even looking? Like he has a few of those plays a game and you're just like, I don't know what to do with you, man. The arm strength is there. The ability to make all the throws is there. He's not a very mobile guy, but he's big. Kind of reminds me of a guy like a Cam Newton, just a really large person, not with the speed, but with the size. He's just hard to bring down, but he's got a lot to learn.
Either one of them are day one starters, in my opinion. They both have a lot.
Neither one of them should be, but Shedeur, just based on how he processes the game, would be further ahead.
And you want Shedeur because he's a humble guy. I'm tempted. If I am an owner of an NFL team and I hear that interview, I'm like, can we take another look at Cam Ward, please? I don't want this guy.
Like you do have to factor in personality stuff. And it's like, has your guy ever overcome any adversity ever? And Shedeur saying, well, my dad made me work for stuff in life is not the same thing as somebody like, yeah, no, I know what it feels like to have to, talk to my landlord so I don't get evicted. That's a different conversation to have.
I've been on my aunt's couch for 8.5 years, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
My dad made me drive the Vet instead of the Lamborghini.
Oh, no, he taught me a work ethic. If I didn't do what he wanted, I was driving the Escalade.
Yep.
The embarrassment.
The Commanders,
I hate you, Dad.
The Commanders had a player who, when he was in college, had a Geo Metro, and that was his actual car. It wasn't like that's what he could afford. Like, that's an actual struggle in life. But then you've got Shedeur going, I don't know, man. My dad got me this Rolex. I'm humble.
His life was never hard, ever.
And like, that's one of my biggest actual things I'm kind of scared of for him is like, if he ends up on a team with some actual adversity or in a city like New York, for instance, where they just tear people apart for not living up to expectations. How are you going to handle that?
Well, if you're a GM, how do you feel he's going to be able to handle not playing for his dad, right? This is going to be the first time in a long time his dad's not his coach. So how can he handle another coach that's maybe going to be a little tougher on him and maybe not going to give him the preferential that maybe his dad gave him?
Watch the humble guy turn and go, you're not my dad. I mean, well, I'm your coach. I'm your boss.
I just think he's a bad idea at a high one pick, but
I feel bad because he might be a decent guy. I feel like maybe we're not being fair.
I mean, he might be, but to me, that just doesn't change the fact that he doesn't have actual problems.
Yeah, I do think he's a little detached from reality. That's for sure. So, speaking of detached from reality, oh my God, so Dana White, right? Dana White, he's boy, I'll tell you, he's very, very, very much right wing guy. And that's cool. I don't care.
UFC guy?
Yeah. Dana White, the president of the UFC. So he had to come out after UFC fighter Bryce Mitchell said the following. I'm going to read this. This is not me saying this. I'm reading this that Bryce Mitchell said. This is to show you how bad it is. I am saying it very clearly before I read it. This is not me saying this. I'll probably repeat that at the end. He said, I honestly think that Hitler was a good guy based on my own research, not my public education indoctrination. I really do think Hitler got on meth. Before he got on meth, he was a guy I'd go fishing with. He fought for his country. He wanted to purify it by kicking the greedy Jews out that were destroying his country and turning them all into gays. That was not me. That was Bryce Mitchell, UFC fighter.
It will be when I clip it, but that's horrible. That's horrific. I mean, that's bad. That's one of the worst things I've heard.
I have reached the point where if someone starts a sentence off with, I did my own research,
right?
I almost do not want to talk to you because it's almost useless garbage like that, where it's just like, where did you look this up? Did you look up only the stuff you wanted to find? Because how did you find that?
But also keep in mind, he's like, I did my own research, but he says, he wanted to purify it by kicking the greedy Jews out that were destroying the country and turning them all into gays.
So he read Mein Kampf.
He read your Facebook.
I don't think it says that in there.
He read Ralph's. He read Ralph's Facebook.
What? No, I don't think so. So what? This is a fighter.
Yeah. So Dana White,
one of Dana White's fighters.
Dana White comes out. He's at this Power Slap event. He's like, before we get started here, he says, let me get some effing dumb bleep out of the way first. And he says, I've heard a lot of dumb, ignorant bleep in my day, but this is probably the worst. Hitler is one of the most evil and disgusting human beings that ever walked the face of the earth, and anyone who even tries to take an opposing position is a moron. And it says, we here at the UFC are beyond disgusted. So then they're like, oh, so you're going to fire him? He's, oh, no. He says,
he's still a businessman.
He says, everyone wants to hear about punishments, but it's free speech. I don't have to love his comments. You don't have to love his comments. But the beautiful thing about this business, for all of you who hate Bryce Mitchell, you get to see him hopefully get his ass whooped on global television.
Somehow he turned this into selling the fight.
Yep.
All
So
right,
here's the
I'm
thing.
done.
That's a
I'm actually
salesman
done.
right there.
I
That's a
just
good salesman.
that is a
Bryce-
good salesman, but
Bryce
Good
Mitchell.
God.
Here's the thing, Dana White, he does. He's right. He does have the free speech to say those things, but you and your company do not have to give him a platform. You can remove him from your platform and let him go out and spew his free speech someplace else.
Yeah, but if they remove him now UFC is anti-free speech.
I feel like they're
I'm not
anti
saying it's right or wrong. I'm just
going
saying it's-
fishing with Hitler.
Yeah,
you
No,
know?
I agree with you. Trust me, we all agree. But I think he's right. The Constitution protects speech, whether it's stupid or it doesn't matter. It's still
from the
protected
from the
speech.
government. From the government.
But it's protect. He has a right
No,
to have an opinion.
He has
He's
a right.
an
Yes,
idiot.
and if the opinion
Absolute
no,
moron.
and if the
My
opinion,
company can fire him.
yeah,
You
if-
can absolutely.
Yeah, and that's not that doesn't make you anti-free speech. Now, if you're advocating for the
We don't
government
want
to come down on him,
associate with
yeah,
this guy.
throw him in prison for that. Okay, well now you're anti-free speech. You can fire the guy
You
in
can.
in the same way that if you said that garbage in front of my face, I'm knocking you the bleep out. And guess what? I'm not anti-free speech. I'm pro punching you in the face if you're a Nazi.
I'm pro somebody saying that in front of Keon now.
But careful, you don't want to go to jail. It's not.
I
worth it.
want to see them punch the guy in
Stupidity's
the
not
face.
worth it. But
Yeah.
I mean,
It depends. I'll check
it's
over my
really
shoulder.
not. Your
I'll
freedom is what's
check
made
over
more-
my shoulder.
Keon,
but
I'll cover your
there-
escape.
there
I want
are-
to see this.
there are things that you can say,
Yeah,
I
you know,
am going to hit you.
I
And
got a
it's
guy-
not because that's a consequence. That doesn't mean that I think the government should take your right to speak away. But yeah, if your boss says, no, we don't talk like that here.
Right.
And because you
Agreed.
work for me, I've actually made you famous.
So
you,
the U-
you work
yeah.
for the UFC, you're famous because you work for me.
They are giving him a platform of which to say these things. You can remove the platform, and it doesn't impede his free speech.
He can still go on Twitter and say it, but now no
Two
one's going to
things.
care.
Two things. Number one, Keon, don't hit him. I got a guy. Give me a call. I'll take care of
Yeah.
it for you.
All right, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's better. That's probably more efficient.
And secondarily, let's go to the business side of this because you're right. He absolutely turned this into a great business opportunity.
Which I'm a little
Dana
grossed out
White
by.
Dana White's a douchebag.
I'm a little grossed out.
but he's a
Oh, well,
smart
well,
business guy because
yeah.
think about it. If he were to get rid of this guy, what happens? He
There's
probably
no,
loses 50%
Ralph,
of his audience.
There's a mistake. There's a mistake here. What if he wins? If Bryce Mitchell then wins, you have fueled the fire of the side
You're
of
right.
evil. And let me tell you, if he fires this
Yeah,
guy
you're
and
right.
loses half his audience, that's half your audience you don't want. You don't
Yeah.
want evil on your side.
Probably not half. I shouldn't say half, but probably a percentage.
You got a couple trailer parks worth that'll go, but
Probably
after
10% of his
that,
audience.
not even 10. Not if you fire this guy for all this stuff, I'd say less than 2% would
Yeah,
probably.
You're probably right. I mean, I agree. You just can't. That's just. Why would you say that?
What could ever prompt you to say that out loud?
I don't know. You beat a guy in the head enough, and the Antonio Brown's out on you. You know,
I mean,
don't know.
I don't know what else. Yeah, there's no other reason. Why would you say so? I mean, this isn't the WWE. I mean, I get it. They used to do that stupidity out of, it's a show, but why would you do that?
Baker's Cocky Hen says Dana White cares about money. He likes to gamble a
course.
lot, and it seems he'll put up with things he's against if it makes him money.
Yeah, but you're right. There's a line that can be drawn there. I mean,
I feel like
Yeah,
this
like
was
in-
that
in-
line.
In the
Yeah.
same way, you can't shout
I
fire
can't
in a
argue.
crowded theater. You
I agree.
can't. You can say things, but there is a point where like what you're saying is just actually dangerous, and
Yeah.
that's one of them.
Yeah,
that's just stupidity.
I if I were running that thing, he'd be gone, and I would take the consequences of being on the side of getting rid of evil and
you're
whatever
right.
comes
I would
next.
say 98% of the people in this country would look at this guy and go, "You're an idiot. You're an
Yeah.
absolute nut. Go
Yeah.
away."
And if you like seeing people get the hell beat out of them, you're still going to tune in.
There's still that 2% scumbags, but we're not talking about the Deep South. So yeah, I agree.
Hefty Lefty says Mitchell sounds like he aggregated terrible Twitter posts and spit it back out like a first gen AI.
It does sound like that.
Does. Gamecock says, geez, Jeffrey, you're getting extreme. Again, that was not me reading that or saying that. That was Bryce Mitchell, UFC fighter.
Wait till you see the clip.
I hope he does get his ass kicked. I hope he does, but I'm not going to tune in for it. I'm not going to support this.
Because you have the other problem that he's failing to mention here is like, what if Bryce wins? He's in the UFC for some reason.
Yeah.
So
if
now,
he
so now
wins now, he has a bigger platform.
right.
Good point.
It's a bad idea. Moist One says, I plan on being a weekend warrior this weekend.
I just
Why? Why,
A
Moist One?
weekend warrior.
That was the name we were going with, and we changed it. So
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No.
Whores. Baker's Cocky Hen says, oh, yeah, I want to talk about platform. UFC is on ESPN. So it's pretty interesting. They kept their mouth shut, kind of like the NBA in China. You know, money talks, guys.
That's really interesting.
You know what I say about that? I didn't see this story on the ESPN.
Oh, they have a little bit of a track record for burying things. The whole thing with you know, Terry Rozier getting investigated in that same scheme that got John T. Porter. ESPN hasn't been saying a whole lot about that because the NBA is your broadcast partner and DraftKings is one of your big sponsors.
How convenient.
Now I had to dig deep to find it on UFC, but I did find it where Dana White calls Bryce Mitchell's Hitler comments dumb and ignorant.
How long ago did that happen? Because I haven't heard this at all.
Well, this is a story just from the last couple of days, so I don't know when this dumbass said it. I don't know when he said it, but it was recently.
Dana White addressed it yesterday, I think.
Yeah, so I think it was probably within the last couple of days, but yikes. All right. I just lost my screen here. Is it? Time is it?
It is 18 past the hour of 5.
Well, 16 according to the automation, but either works. Yeah,
I got 17.
16 past the hour of 5.
Hey,
Sorry.
since I think we need a palate cleanser. I think we need to talk about something that has nothing to do with Hitler or hate speech or anything like that. So let's talk about Justin Tucker.
The real palate cleanser.
Palate cleanser.
Real palate cleanser.
So remember yesterday when I said, well, we should wait till we get more information on this or anything like that? Well, some tweets from 2021. I'm going to read these for you. So it sounds like some people had gotten wind of his proclivities. I'm going to stop using big words. I'm going to, the dude, I guess, was already known to be a perv. Somebody tweeted, Justin Tucker is canceled, but it's not my place to provide the reason. Let's just say he's been told by many massage places to never come back.
Wow.
That was November 29th, 2021. But then almost a full year before that, Justin Tucker must not have received his happy ending that he forced the masseuse to give him this week, probably because he's banned from every spa in Baltimore. He tweeted that after he missed a kick. And then another person said, fun fact, Justin Tucker, can't read that word, expresses himself prematurely, and he's banned from multiple salons in Baltimore. Also January of 2021. So again, maybe these tweets are just people talking crap, and then the newspaper in town starts to investigate based on some of these tweets that maybe somebody just said and didn't know anything about, or maybe they do know something. I don't know. Allegedly is about him and the ostrich. Allegedly. So that's a Letterkenny reference. There's a couple of twins that were supposed to have done horrible things to an ostrich. Allegedly. So
the heck.
You got to watch Letterkenny, man. You'd really enjoy it. And then Shoresy, because of your beer league hockey days, you'd really like the Shoresy.
I've seen Shoresy.
That's pretty good.
So does Tucker hang out with Deshaun Watson? I mean, what's going on here?
Sounds like he's working off the same playbook. But what years was Deshaun Watson doing those things and getting in trouble?
3 years ago.
It was that was basically 2020.
So that was pre Justin Tucker getting in trouble for it. So Justin Tucker saw what was happening with Deshaun Watson and went, it's a good idea.
Either that or, they won't get me.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Why not? Let's go have some. What a creep if this is real. And what a horrifically, just horrifying, terrifying thing if it's not. And now this poor guy's life is upended and he's being accused of all this stuff. So, I mean, right now there's a bunch of different pieces of information coming in.
Yeah, the fact that people were joking about this or texting about this or tweeting about it in 2021 is not great in terms of like it doesn't feel like an upending of someone's life prematurely if no one really knew about it for
how would
3 years, 4
years? How would
years?
it get circulated if there's no?
All right, let me tell you. Let me help you.
legitimacy to it?
JD Vance, there was all those jokes about him having sex with a couch. And it turns out none of that was real. Somebody had just been making jokes, but for some reason that took off and everybody believed it. Then everybody thought, this is pretty damn funny. We're going to keep believing it, even though we know it's not true.
Social media.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
but there's a difference between.
There's a history of people tweeting about JD Vance getting all up and sexy with a couch. None of it's true.
None of it's true. But now that you add the allegations on top of this, that's where things get a little bit different. Also,
the allegations that surfaced from a newspaper investigation, but so far, have we heard from actual people yet?
Well, those people are still anonymous, so I don't think that.
Okay, so if they're anonymous, and then at some point, what is next? Is there a lawsuit next?
Don't exist. No.
Is there a lawsuit next? Is there going to be? They're going to go down to the police station? What's the next step for these anonymous people?
I don't know.
And if they don't take any steps, if they decide just like, hey, we don't want anything to do with this, then.
But my guess is
what is the NFL supposed to do with this?
Just what I know with somehow just kind of how this kind of reporting works. Usually, the story comes out because there's a lawsuit gearing up. So there's something, I don't know, maybe they approach Justin Tucker's attorney, also anonymously, like, hey, you handle this now, or we're making this a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Or what, but it looks like
military radar has already picked up. We got an incoming Busby. He's on the way.
Maybe, but he is a Houston area lawyer, and this is
a lot of these guys have the bar in other places. So
yeah, and I don't know how what's his deal in Maryland and all of that stuff. And I'm not saying that those tweets mean that Justin Tucker is in fact guilty, but I do think that it's not a great sign, because that stuff can circulate.
Let's just say we're raising eyebrows now.
Yeah,
we're raising eyebrows
because that's something they're like, oh no, I have a friend who works at that spa. Justin Tucker's not allowed there, because that's a real thing that can happen. Just people word of mouth spreading it.
Killer Rabbit says, "Hey Tucker, that's an up dog." Tucker says, "What's up, dog?" He says, "Hi, what's up, dog? With your Hall of Fame votes now." It's not how the joke goes, but I'll take it.
It's not happening. It's how it's going if this is true.
Robert from Surprise says, maybe Justin Tucker just wants to get the same contract deal Watson got. Yeah, he's a kicker. That'll happen. That
doesn't play the right position.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back. Another palate cleanser that has nothing to do with the other palate cleanser. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-898-8833. 800-898-8833. Again, that's 800-898-8833.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363.
Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast at harmonsolar.com.
Hey, sports fans, this is Dylan Cohen.
And I'm Keon Rose, and we're bringing you Beat the Book every weekday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon.
So if you want the latest betting picks, advice, and analysis that's sharp as a knife,
or at least sharper than Dylan's last pick on the Cardinals.
Oh, you've got jokes, huh? Well, maybe you're feeling bold now that your Commanders actually look decent this season.
Hey, even a broken clock's right twice a day, right?
Well, tune in to Beat the Book with us, Dylan Cohen and Keon Rose, every weekday from 2 to 3 on 1580 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by Sport Trade, the newest sports book in Arizona.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news, talk with coaches, keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Catch all the action of NCAA men's basketball, starting with the game of the week. Got it! Wow! Then, conference and regional tournaments, NCAA tourney, March Madness, and the championship game live. Fires from three. Oh, he hit it! Don't miss a moment on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for March Madness.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Just a Tip says Letterkenny is one of the funniest shows ever. Don't be sensitive. Yeah, you can't be sensitive and watch that show. Baker's Cocky Hen says, how do we know JD Vance doesn't like a smooth velvet couch once in a while? Not that there's anything wrong with that, because the whole thing was just absolutely made up. It's very funny, and I for one, am happy to continue to push the narrative, but we have to be honest. It's not true. So, Moist One says, if it's a crime for serving up some belly button, I can't read the rest of your, nope, can't read it. Nope. You all know where that was going.
Yeah.
It's going to stop it right there. And number one Rattlers fan says, it was try this Hunter. I corrected myself. Huh? Oh, he was saying that, Travis Hunter took his Nike and NIL deal and trickled it down to quite a few of his teammates. Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So it wasn't Shadur Sanders that did that.
The humble guy who
Shadur Sanders is like, no, it's right here. It ain't unless my watch band breaks. This ain't trickling down to nobody. Matthew Stafford did a nice thing. Here's your palate cleanser. I guess this Lions fan, Bryson Machunga, he wanted to take his daughter to the Lions playoff game. So he did the only thing you think. He's like, I got no money for tickets. So he's like, you know what? I'm selling my favorite sports memorabilia, including an autographed Matthew Stafford Lions jersey. And so he did that just so they can come to the game. And then they got to the game. And what happens? The Lions lost the game. So he sold his prized possessions. And a part was just to have the time with his daughter too, but still, that's a heartbreaking ending. So Matthew Stafford, he found out about this and he sent him a new one.
Nice.
That's very cool.
Yep. They sent him a jersey, and not just any jersey, a game-worn jersey that Stafford had kept as a memento of the Lions' 11-5 season back in 2014. That was their best record that they had while he was there as quarterback. So the guy got this thing, and he's, oh, my God, I'm over the moon. It was nice. It was really nice. So he didn't have any reason. He didn't have to do this. Matthew Stafford had no gain. He's not our quarterback anymore, and he went out of his way in a playoff week. You know, he's just like, that was great. And listen, Matthew Stafford has stayed a part of the community in Detroit, even though he's with the Rams in Los Angeles now. Who knows where he's going to be next? I don't know what the future holds for him, and I don't think he knows either. All he knows is he wants to play. So is he still got it? Is this a guy that you still want to
He looked good in the
as your
playoffs.
quarterback?
He looks good to me.
Yeah, he looked good this year. I mean, he had a couple of low points.
He had Puka Nacua, and he had Cooper, Amish cup. So
yeah, I mean, you're not going to have those guys, but I can't imagine that any team that's going to dish out the money for Matthew Stafford is going to have him come in with nobody. Who knows? Maybe the Jets should look at Matthew Stafford on account of you have Garrett Wilson, who had Aaron Rodgers floating him ducks all year for him to catch. Maybe Matthew Stafford could do some stuff there.
Yeah,
I can't see him leaving the Rams.
I
just can't see that.
I think the Rams, like when you look at the age of that defense and you look at the age of that offense, there's a lot of young talent on that team, and you might want some guys on a different timeline, so that they grow together.
But what's out there right now? That's the problem.
It's like, thanks for the Super Bowl. You can go now.
It may be a year or two before you find your guy, and it may be in a future draft, but you're not going to get to that point if you have Matthew Stafford making you just good enough to be competitive, but not competitive enough to win a Super Bowl.
Well, Robert from Surprise says, I'll take Matthew Stafford over Russell Wilson for the Raiders.
Right now, I would, yeah.
Moist One says Cooper Kupp could go with Matthew Stafford.
Kupp is leaving too. I heard that.
Word is he's not going to be back with the Rams. Yeah. Baker's Cocky Hen says Lions need to trade Goff back for Stafford and Kupp. Throw a signed jersey in and $1 million donation to an LA school. Makes up for leaving. There you go. I don't think it's going to work that way, but I mean,
Goff's not going anywhere.
Worth a try, I guess. So Travis Kelce, can I just tell you how much I hate clickbait? I hate clickbait so much. And there are certain websites, sports websites will start to use the clickbait kind of thing. And I can't remember which one it was, but it said, here was the headline. Travis Kelce won't attend Grammys to support Taylor Swift. Jeez. What? Dude's getting ready for a Super Bowl. What do you? They made it sound like I don't support you. So he's like, Taylor, yes, I'm not coming to the Grammys. I'm not going to support you. Oh my God, I need some billions of dollars to dry these tears. He's got to get ready for the Super Bowl. And anybody understands that, it's her. She 1,000,000% understands this.
On account of she'll be there.
Yeah. I mean, she'll go to her Grammys and then she'll catch up with you at the Super Bowl. It's not on the same day, is it? Wait, it's not on the same day.
No.
Yeah. She'll be there. No big deal. She's spending $10,000 billion to be in the best suite she possibly can. And she no way is raising an eyebrow to the fact that the Chiefs has raised the rates on the best suite she could possibly have. If I'm the Chiefs, I've already said that suite. How much is that? Well, that's $83 million. Okay, she's just writing on the check, and you're like, oh my God, she didn't even ask, she didn't haggle.
No, when you've got that much money, do you even feel it?
Just seems wrong.
The 67th annual Grammy Awards are they're this Sunday at 6 p.m.
But he's getting ready. He's practicing every day.
They're probably traveling that day to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's got some seasonal work he's attending to.
She's like, my jet gets there faster. He's like, easy, baby. The boys are going to start talking. Just take it easy. So, yeah, but I hate stories like that. He doesn't support her. Shut up. But this was good here. It's like, I feel like I'm going bad thing, palate cleanser, bad thing, palate cleanser. Your owner, Josh Harris, has put an ad out in the Washington Post, full page ad, thanking the fans and telling them, hey, listen, the season marked the beginning of bringing the Washington football back to its status as a premier franchise in the NFL and restoring the significance, pride, and sense of community that this team has represented for decades. And he basically in this vowed that this team will win a championship.
I mean, that's he won't be the first owner.
It's a full page ad.
Yeah, man.
Dan Quinn never put that in the paper.
Oh, you mean Dan Snyder? And
Dan Snyder.
No, Dan Snyder didn't care about fans. Dan Snyder cared about Dan Snyder.
That's pretty nice. He put it on paper. He's like, bam, there it is. That's my word. We're going to win a championship. I'm going to make this happen. And he says, he's like, through the highs and lows and unforgettable moments, everybody, you guys showed up. So we're doing this for you, and we won't stop until we have that championship. You should feel like, hey, this is great. Isn't this great?
Yeah, I already felt that when he bought the team.
Impressed. I'm so impressed with this.
I mean, I am.
I
impressed,
have an owner who does mushrooms like at the press conference. You've got this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
so you like ownership that wants to win championships.
Be nice.
So, but yet you beat on the Dodgers ownership for wanting to win championships.
They don't do it the right
he
way.
turned
It
this
doesn't
into
matter
a-
how you do
We
it. They
turned
don't
this
want
into
to
a
win
way.
championships.
It does turn this to a Dodgers conversation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We look
Because you're saying what a great thing it is, and it is a great thing. It's nice to have ownership that wants to win.
You,
And does-
you
whatever it
plagued in our
takes.
pool.
You plagued in it.
anyway.
matter.
I just to me it's like he's been like this. Like this is the reason why I don't have to be like falling out of my chair impressed with Josh Harris right now is from day one he was like this. Dan Snyder never hung out with fans. He didn't talk
This
to
is my
anybody.
owner. I'd be like this. I'd be saluting like the whole time that I'm reading this. I'd just be like, he's so nice.
Nah, because people buying that merch, people buying those tickets, they're the reason why you have a team.
You are so jaded.
So
I
I'm not-
love your owner.
I really like him too. But that's the thing. It's like I want to expect that. I don't want to be fawning over the guy. You're supposed to say things like that. You're supposed to want to win. You're
Fine.
supposed to appreciate the people who give you their hard-earned money and put a
Absolutely.
product out on the field that matters. You're supposed to do that.
That's right.
It's just nice to see it.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
just
and
saying.
I liked it.
I'm complimenting. I'm saying
And,
nice things.
and I'm agreeing. You're
The-
just not impressed
the-
with my level of impressed.
the next newspaper thing will be we've decided to rename the team the Redskins. Whoa! Oh no! It's like, I pinch. Wake up!
No,
Wake up!
not likely. I've heard that they're going to make some alterations to the uniforms this year, but I don't think we're changing a name anytime soon.
So I saw this. It's so true. So I don't know who posted this, but it says 100% Patrick Mahomes sits in his car for a while before he goes into his house.
That's best.
What now?
only married men understand that one. Yeah, 100% Patrick Mahomes sits in his car for a while before he goes into his house every time. Just sits there.
I kind of believe it. I've heard his wife talk. I believe it.
Why do you say this?
Well, I think it's not just her, but his brother's in there too. I think.
That's a rough crowd.
Well, I'm not going to lie. If I had to live with him, that'd be
Yeah.
Listen, what if I just gave you a lot of money, like a lot of money, and then we're in Kansas City. Why don't you live in Pensacola? Just nowhere near me.
Seattle's nice.
Could you just go away?
Have you considered Canada? I'm not saying you have to go, but Calgary's nice this time of year, I think.
Go on tour, Australia. That's a great place. So I don't know if you saw this, but the NFL has fined the field humping Jameson Williams $25,000 for his touchdown celebration where he
took him long enough.
Yeah,
that was one of those.
Wow.
They probably had to sit there watching it over and over, going, "I can't look away." But yeah, he was fined he was fined $25,325 for that. And he also got fined $19,697 for a regular season celebration where he mimicked the Marshawn Lynch backwards diving crotch grab into the end zone. He didn't learn from the crotch grab, and now he's
and that's worse. The crotch grab is just funny. It's just funny.
I'm not sure what he's going to do next. I mean,
I don't know, and that's the reason why him throwing that pass with the season on the line. I'm like, has this man shown you that he has good judgment?
He does not
in high
have
pressure
good judgment.
situations
That's
between the touchdown celebration and the gambling he was involved in the moment his career started.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What about Jameson Williams has led you to believe that in a high pressure situation you trust him to make the correct decision?
He's not on my team, so I look forward to the next one.
That's probably the biggest Ben Johnson mistake of his entire career so far.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, we got to take a break. We come back. We've got On This Date in Big George's sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-898-8833. 800-898-8833. Again, that's 800-898-8833.
Joe Montana here. In my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease. Are you 50 or older like me? The CDC now recommends vaccination against pneumococcal disease. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at increased risk and over 6 times greater risk of hospitalization with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50. Schedule your appointment today at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer. William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities. So it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while. Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
Download the Fanatic app.
News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store, and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Stay Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Seems like this entire show has been a parade of good guys and bad guys, you know. And then I saw this, it's a good guy, but then it's like, what? Here, let me tell you what happened. There's a guy here in Arizona named Paul Gilbilt, and he was driving to LA this month to donate supplies to the fire victims there. And he's driving along. He's like, I'm going to go help out. I'm going to make a difference. And he got a text, and he's like, what's this? He's like, oh, my God, my dog Damien's been found. His dog Damien's been missing for 8 years.
Oh, my God.
He's like, whoa. And so he lost him during a move from Massachusetts back in 2017. I guess Damien slipped off his leash in Oklahoma. Paul stayed there for a week looking everywhere for him, couldn't find him.
Man.
So they just like, well, we got to go. So the text came in as he's driving, and from a woman in Oklahoma who scooped Damien up after almost hitting him on the road. She got him to a vet, and with the vet, they're like, this scan found the microchip, and we're able to call him. Isn't that great?
That's
That's
great.
awesome.
Where's he been for 8 years?
Oklahoma.
But no one thought to have him scanned.
I get,
Well, 'cause
sometimes these dogs get loose. You can't catch them.
Like the dog would have to approach somebody for them to take the dog in.
That
the
dog
guy-
is a survivor.
The dog won't even remember his owner, bro.
That dog is a survivor.
8 years on the mean streets. But here's the line in this whole thing that kind of hit me. The line says, upon the news, Paul made a U-turn and headed straight to Oklahoma to pick him up.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
So like, just F the people who are on fire now. Like just
Dog's more important.
that dog is old as hell now. He's like,
That's why he's got to go to Oklahoma right away.
I guess, but it just
You don't know how much longer he's got.
What are you going to do with all this stuff in the car? You're like, I'd feel like maybe you should have dropped the stuff off first and then got the dog. I don't know.
What was the dog's name?
You ain't had Damien for 8 years.
Damien, I'm coming, Damien.
Just goes over the medium and everything on the I-10. Just like, it's like, dude, that people probably could have used those socks. I don't know what you're giving. I don't know what he was bringing. I don't know. I just assumed socks. He said supplies.
It'll wait.
Just
Damien,
to hell with the humans. I'm getting my dog.
I'm on my way.
It's like, I think they'd have held the dog there for another day or two. You're probably fine, but all right. So you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's a good story. But also just, is it, I guess, I don't know.
Yes. See what you're saying.
It's a good story, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's great. But what happened to the stuff that was supposed to?
It was probably fine.
Strewn out the window to make room for the dog as he's driving. I gotta clear some space. There goes all the donations. Baker's Cocky Hen says, as a kid, we had a Springer Spaniel that would get out and he'd chase that thing for hours. We'd have to chase him on bikes trying to get him back. Yeah, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than a dog that's a flight risk. You know?
Yeah.
Bebo, him and I have like some tense standoffs where I'm staring at him when I'm bringing the trash cans up. I'll open up the gate. I'm like, no. And he stands there staring at me like, I could just be gone so fast if I want to.
Don't you dare blink. I'm gone so fast if you blink.
I kind of want to. Told my wife, we walked the dogs along the Queen Creek Wash on this dirt road. And I'm like, she walks him, I walk Buddy. As if your dog gets off that leash, you will never see him again. Not that he doesn't love us, but he's just like, he just wants to see everything, do everything.
Yeah,
and
he's gonna run 100 miles before he realizes, oh wait, my family, where did they go?
Then Buddy's like, he's like a year older, and he's like, if you let Buddy off the leash, he's like, quit screwing around, man. Put that back on. You put that back on right now.
Quit messing with me.
Don't. Oh God, not again. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Oh God, not again.
Do your dogs wear collars during the day?
Yes. They always have.
If you take it off them, do they get all upset?
They'd give you a look.
Ours get upset.
They're like,
put it back
what? You don't love me anymore?
Right. It's exactly like
you don't want
Oh,
me to have my jewelry here? What?
Yeah.
What's up?
I tried to do that to Pippi and it didn't work.
You take the ring off her?
Boy. Yeah, she got pissed.
She was probably asleep, and she's like,
she was asleep, actually. That's when
so
I did
don't
most of
you
my
dare
damage.
replace this with cubic zirconia. I'll know. You're like, well, you didn't the first time. So.
Yeah.
Flogging Logger says, hell yeah, screw them Californians. Damien was hungry. He needs some snacks. I'm pretty sure the people who had him were going to give him some snacks till he got there. Kyle G says, millions around the world are helping and supporting California. But who else is there for Damien? He had to turn around. I'm saying a day
That's
later,
true.
just a day later. Just, I don't know. Killer Rabbit says he was taking 8 years worth of dog food to LA. Oh, 8-year-old dog food just been sitting there. He's like, I can't take it anymore. Moist One says Dodgers are a big reason there will probably be a year-long lockout too. Is that it? Is that upcoming? Is that for real? The lockout? The Major League Baseball lockout?
Let's talk about it. It'd be a bad idea.
Slim,
it genuinely is most times.
Yeah, this would be a really bad idea.
Slim Pickens Hat says, my dog forgot who I was after 3 weeks.
Right. Can a dog remember 8 years back?
Your dog found better people. You know what I'm saying? Your dog found people they like better, and they're like, I don't know this man. I don't know who he is. This person gives me treats. I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy. Stranger danger. Stranger danger.
Because there have been people who have died and their dogs have gone to the same place to wait for them for years after. So yeah, your dog can remember.
That's true.
Yeah, your dog just wanted to forget.
Yeah.
I ain't saying you're a bad owner. They just found a better one.
Oh, no.
That sucks.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get this going here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1988, Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl, threw 4 of his team's 5 touchdowns in the second quarter. As Washington exploded for 35 points, routed the Denver Broncos 42-10 in the Super Bowl. It'd be 22, right? It was 22.
I don't know which number
You
Super Bowl it was.
Weren't alive yet?
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Doug Williams, of course, named the Super Bowl MVP. And before he played for Washington, Randy, who did he play for?
The Buccaneers.
The Arizona Outlaws.
Oh.
Of
Well,
the
he played for the
USFL.
Buccaneers, too.
I think he played for the Buccaneers.
He was part of the original
Well, I
Buccaneers.
thought you cared about the Arizona Outlaws.
No.
By the way, did you hear what's happening?
No.
You know them bastards that stole our hockey team?
Yeah.
The Utah, too bland to think of a good
Yeah.
name.
Right.
Well, they have like a couple of names, and they're like, we don't like one of these, so they got rid of one, and they said, how about the Salt Lake City Outlaws? They steal our a damn hockey team. Now they're trying to steal one of the names that we've used.
Yeah.
That's not a good name at all.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
right.
I don't
nothing-
care that it's good. I just don't want them to have it.
Sure, but nothing says Outlaws quite like Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like you think of just jazz comes to mind when you think of that city too.
What makes you an
Wow.
outlaw? I drink a lot of caffeine.
I heard they were doing a vote like at the arena with the fans to decide what the name's going to be.
When's that happening?
I don't know, but if they're doing that, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
There's
they
three
are.
different
This
versions.
is-
There's
this-
3 different names.
Yesterday was the first night of having fans
okay.
vote.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty
it's
neat.
trying to sell
I like
tickets.
that idea.
Outlaws. That's an Arizona name,
I
man.
don't like that for them at all.
Just,
Utah is too boring.
Yeah.
Be the Mormons, be the Tabernacle. I mean, figure it
Be
out.
the Tabernacle.
Be the
That's
choir.
the worst name for a hockey team. There comes the Tabernacle.
Yeah, I mean, hey, but it fits the the area.
Here comes the choir boy.
You're allowed to be an intimidating thing.
It's kind of chirping that makes you feel guilty.
They can sing
There are all
when they
kind of
score.
wildcats out there. There's all kinds of, you don't have to necessarily resort
Mormon-
to
Mormons are scary.
What?
are Mormons scary?
When?
I don't
They
know.
come down that road with those bikes and those white shirts and black ties.
Yeah, here's
And their uniforms
Oh,
should be
here's
white
the-
with black ties.
Here's the frightening thunder.
Damn. You gotta turn
Lock
out
the
lights.
doors, Henrietta. Lock the doors.
That would be great.
Mormons are the
When they
opposite
come
of
on the ice and
scary.
you hear bikes and stuff. And
Yeah.
the cheerleaders, that'd be awesome.
You know how we have Red Panda? She'll come out to sporting events here. You see her at the GCU games, ASU, other things, and she's spinning plates. The Chinese gal on the unicycle, and she's doing that. Well, they need to have Mormon Panda. It just a Mormon missionary. They ride on the ice. They just kind of ride in circles and they knock on.
They
just
throw pamphlets at you.
They knock on the window. They knock on they knock on the plexiglass. Everybody's like, ooh.
That would be hilarious.
You know I found this out. The Mormon
you?
missionaries, the men, oh my God, they're going all over the globe. They're going all over the globe. They're going to the Congo. They're going to Ukraine. They're going to Cambodia. They're going to Australia. They're going to Greenland, Iceland, well, whatever else we were trying to buy. And they're going out there, and they're going out into some dangerous place. The ladies, though, they don't get to leave the country.
Mm.
This girl, I know, she's like, oh, I'm going on my mission. Oh, yeah? Well, whoa, what crazy place are you going? She's like, Seattle. That just doesn't seem... She's like, no, what happens? We get to go take care of the temple. So you get to be cleaning ladies? That doesn't seem fair. Feel like they should be allowed to go out and
Get to take care of the temple. Wow.
free help, I guess.
What a
I don't know.
mission.
So I just thought I found that very very interesting. Feel bad for the gals.
Salt Lake missions.
For
Wow.
2 years, you're putting off college. You think see the world.
Get something out of it,
Well, I mean, and of
life
course,
experience.
from your point of view, you're helping people. You're going out there doing your thing. In a good way. It's a positive thing. But oh my God, what if they send some of these girls to say it like Ohio? That ain't right. Please send me to Yugoslavia. I don't want to go to Ohio. This doesn't seem fair.
I don't think Yugoslavia exists anymore.
Whatever they call it now.
Whatever.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Moist one says, don't let that big nut get a hold of them.
Oh, geez.
Well, he'll give them some money. Bruno Baller says Utah, Oregon Pipes would probably be more fitting. Huh?
What?
The Oregon Pipes.
Oh,
the Oregon Pipes.
He spelled it Oregon like the state, so I was really confused.
Oregon
the word
Pipes.
Oregon in your team name.
No.
It'd be okay with this Utah team. They stole our team, so
Bastards.
be okay with me.
Lost Toby says they wanted to be the Yeti, but the Yeti coolers are all trademarked. I think it's dumb as hell. They should be able to call themselves the Yeti if they want. I hate how sometimes trademarks get in the way of good ideas. Although
The Utah Yeti,
but do the Utah, does it have a lot of snow?
Yeah.
Salt Lake, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Salt
So
Lake
a Yeti.
especially because the elevation.
So there could be a Yeti. No Baker's Cocky Hens. They'll never call it the Salt Lake Soakers. It's just not happening.
Come on, man.
Well,
come on, man.
You don't see kids playing with the Super Soakers anymore, do you?
You do at BYU.
You'd have to go outside to do that. So
that's right. Everybody's on their
it's like
electronics
yeah,
now.
I could shoot you with a water gun, or I could, I don't know, shoot you in Call of Duty with real gun noises. And
Well, I don't know why you're talking about soakers then, Baker's Cocky Hens. Bruno Baller says, sorry, my voice text got me on that one. I don't think they want to call them that kind of organ either. You pervert.
Oh, my God.
I think it's better we just go home now.
Yeah.
Ladies and
fair.
gentlemen, that's it. The conclusion of this fine program. And be sure and tune in, I guess, Sunday mornings to the Weekend Warriors NFL Sunday. We don't have a game that day show, but it's on.
Anniversary and WAG show.
Sure. Whatever he said. Just tune in. Just do it for me. Anyway, see you guys on Monday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.